right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744. So today, guys, wow, we have a crazy Champions League match day two, and yeah, we're gonna be doing this, man. We're gonna go ahead and get live. And thank you, Doodle, for being our Champions League correspondent. I think you'll probably be our main correspondent for this season. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get through this, guys. We're obviously gonna start with the Tuesday games first, and the Wednesday games. And yeah, we're gonna go get started. We'll probably spend more time on the Wednesday games since the Tuesday games. Let's face it, there wasn't really a lot of headlines. A lot of it was pretty straightforward. But today we're probably gonna spend more time in. So yeah, let's go
Yeah,
ahead
I
and get
mean,
started.
there's been like obviously our clubs, mine and yours. Our clubs won by pretty comfortable margins, if we're being honest. Although I'll talk about Inter one. Not much else to say. Although I will say that, but we're gonna start off with in order. But I mean, I think overall it's been I think the first one we're already starting off is actually a very very interesting one, and I think we probably deserve some kind of respect because we actually put some kind of faith in this team last week. So
Yeah. So let's start, man. I don't want to waste any further time. I know people got stuff to do, and I got stuff to do as well. So let's start, man. Let's start. So we're gonna start with the Tuesday games first. So let me pull up Tuesday first. So round two. So we're gonna start with the first one. Oh
yeah.
man.
Oh man, remember last week when we were like actually putting faith in this team? We were talking about we spoke about Brest. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about how it's his like we said that after they already did their thing. Like we remember we said that they already did their thing. Like everything after this is pretty much like house money. They already won their first ever European game. But this week, I mean 4-0 away. And by the way, Salzburg are not like an easy team. Like they're mainstays in Champions League. Many big teams have struggled against them before, especially in Austria. So it's not like there's some kind of an unknown team. Obviously, they're not the best team, but they are Champions League mainstays. So, but this is an impressive display from Brest. I mean, complete domination, really, right? And this is a big statement, I would say, to win like this.
Yeah. Now, obviously, a shout out to Stade Brest. I mean, it's a fantastic achievement to get 6 points in your first two Champions League games and first two European games, for that matter. And sure, it's against Austrian teams. It's still an amazing achievement. And we all clown a league on and disgrace them and say they're a bum league and everything, but they actually showed up. They actually showed up this match week. Every French team basically showed up except the certain Parisian team, which we'll get onto a little later. But Stade Brest, man, fantastic achievement for them. 6 points out of 6. I mean, imagine they make it through to the knockout playoffs and the first ever season in the Champions League. That would be an insane achievement.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to look at Stade Brest games real quick. I actually want to check their games real quick because I believe they're top of the table in the Champions League. Oh, sorry, they're second.
Oh, second. Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at their fixtures real quickly. So they got Leverkusen, Spar Praha, Barcelona, PSV,
and Shakhtar.
Yeah,
and Real.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very tough.
I think it's gonna, but you know what? I think even if they go out, I think they can go out with their heads held high. I think we can say that. I think they've already done enough. I think they've already overachieved, in my opinion. I've seen way worse teams come to the Champions League or other European and just get absolutely slapped around. But Stade Brest, I mean, I think they've done admirable so far. I think, even if I do think they're going to exit out eventually, but I think, they can hold their heads high. Because this is a performance I think they will remember. Their fans will remember forever. This kind of a match.
And as for Salzburg,
yeah.
This team is a far cry. I look at this team. This team had the likes of Wang Chan, Erling Haaland. Now, I'm sorry, I don't recognize any of those. I'm sorry, it's a complete. Most of those players are just not good, and I guess this happens when you keep selling your best players. If you keep failing to replace them, you're going to eventually get caught up. And remember, last season, guys, they lost the Austrian Bundesliga for the first time ever in a long time. Yeah. So I think we're starting to see the effects of that. It was just because people are just thinking, oh, maybe it was just a one-off. Maybe they got unlucky to win the league.
No, I think we're seeing the effects of it. I think, and let's be honest, I did say Salzburg are mainstays in Champions League, but I think we've seen better versions of RB Salzburg. This is probably one of the weaker versions we've actually seen, in my opinion. Remember how they used to have very talented players everywhere? They used to have really top players. And people forget this team had Erling Haaland in their ranks before. So, but I think now we're kind of seeing, maybe not as talented of a group. And I feel like today, I mean, that game, I mean, look, credits to obviously. I just think that they were just completely like outclassed, and I think caught by surprise by a much more energetic and a much more organized Stade Brestois. I think that was the reality.
Yeah. People are gonna, I would just argue this will be probably one of the biggest upsets this week in the
Probably,
Champions League.
especially by the scoreline, right? Especially the margin of the scoreline, like 4-0.
Yeah, and
Like,
keep in mind this is an Austria. This is an
yeah,
Austria. Like this isn't a France. Like 4-0
yeah. This
away
is an
win.
Austrian. They won 4-0 away. Like,
So, yeah, guys, please be respectful in the comments. I don't want you guys to make some adult jokes. Please keep it PG. We have a PG audience, so please try not to. Please try to keep it PG, okay, guys? It's not funny.
yeah. But I think, look, Brestois, I think, yeah, I mean, they did their job, right? They got their 3 points and convincingly so. We have to see. We have to see. But I think we just have to see just how this team progresses from here on. But this was a domination, a complete domination of the performance, I think. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Is this an embarrassment for Salzburg, or
I think because it's 4-0 at home and 2 like if if this was PSG, right? If this was PSG, you can say, okay, you know what, it's PSG. Okay, fair enough. No disrespect, right? It's Stade Brestois, so I feel like you can't, bro. Come on.
Yeah, and to be fair, they were kind of unlucky. To be fair, because they had a lot of shots on target.
Yeah, but at the same time, defending was poor. And at the end of the day, the most important thing that matters, the scoreline is the goals, and it says 4-0, and that's really what matters.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, moving on to the next game we got here. Actually, let me quickly read some of you guys' comments. We're obviously not going to read all your comments because I don't want to keep the stream too long. And we're going to give our brief thoughts, by the way. We're not going to go too much into detail. Jordan and Sam, we'll talk about him when we get there. What game do you guys watch? Villa Bayern. I didn't watch. I try to watch all the games at once. I mean, because I want to, but it's really hard to do stuff, And I try to watch as much as I could, but it's really difficult to do, especially when you're at work. So, yeah, it's not ideal, but. Yeah, Chris says hello. Sounds very absolute garbage. Celtic lost. We'll get to them in a bit. Tinga says hi. Hello, people. All right, I'm going to skip some of Matt's comments. Big up AD chat. Okay, actually, I'll read this comment. Okay. I'll pull it up. Probably won't read some of the ones. Salzburg is made for selling players. They don't want to keep them. This is how Red Bull works. What a shocking result for Bayern. And like the video, guys. Get in the habit of liking the streams, guys. Get the likes up, man. We should be reaching 10 likes at the very least. I remember Salzburg almost beat Liverpool. Hey, that is true. I remember Salzburg almost did beat Liverpool at Anfield.
I remember they also many times that they actually played Inter last season. I remember we actually struggled in both games, like both at San Siro and in Austria. Like we needed penalties to beat them in both games. So this is not like, again, as I said, they're Champions League mainstays. So this is a bit surprising, really.
Yeah, to be fair, Salzburg last 23 minutes versus Stade Brest. Fair enough. G80. All right. Next up, Stuttgart 1, Spar Prague 1. I feel bad for Stuttgart. I feel like they should have won this game. With all due respect to Spar Prague, they played. Obviously, they were.
Here's the problem I see with Stuttgart, and it also happening against Real Madrid. They're not clinical. They are not clinical at all. Like, and I'm sorry, but no matter how much you dominate, look at those chances. Like, look, I think Sparta Prague were actually good. They were good in their own right. Like, I don't think it was a complete all over domination, but I just think Stuttgart, they should be taking those chances. Like. It's at home. You got to win. Like Sparta Prague, I think will be happy with the draw, especially considering it was an away game for them. I think they will take it. But I think Stuttgart, and maybe a draw in the end is probably maybe a fair result, but I just think Stuttgart, they're way too wasteful in front of goal.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. So, I mean, as Sparta obviously were good in their own right. Obviously, they were defensively good. I will give you that credit.
But the chances, I mean, even on eye test, I just think some of the misses Stuttgart had, I mean, they're very high volume chances. They got to score at least one of them.
Yeah. Stuttgart, I'm very disappointed with them. They should have won this game. But shout out to Sparta Prague. That free kick was amazing.
Sparta Prague, I think, had a good start. They won their first game 3-0. I remember 4-0. And they got a draw in Germany. So in their own right, they've done fine so far.
And like I said, guys, let's be real. This Stuttgart team, with all due respect, it's a very mediocre team. So the fact that Sebastian Hoeneß is doing this well, that just shows how good of a manager is. When you have when you don't have quality players to do this kind of result is fantastic.
Yeah, insane. But at the same time, I just think, look, you're going to argue against Real Madrid as well, and this game as well. They were just not clinical, the chances they had, and I mean, that cost them.
But you know what the sad thing is in football? The reality is there's only so much. There's only so much just having good team building. You need to have quality players at the end of the day as well.
Yeah,
So,
it's not just like we always talk about like it's not just obviously you need a good tactician, you need good coaching as well. But like at the end of the day, especially in these kind of like especially in the Champions League, the highest level of European football, at some point you if you want to like break through, you need to have quality players. Like no matter how good of a great of a coach you might be, if you want to like break through, especially like with more how with more money that is now more involved in football, with how much more teams are getting richer and everything, I just think you need to have much more quality, individual quality in order to actually like break through in the Champions League and actually like, show your stance and just, do something.
oh yeah. Like I said, I don't want to seem like Stuttgart.
I'm not saying
Stuttgart
Stuttgart are like some horrible team. Like I think they're a fine team, but I just think like but I just think it's kind of more down to like the coaching. Like I think Sebastian Honisch is. I hope I pronounced his name correctly, but I think that I believe that he is getting everything he can out of this all right team. Let's just say like all right team.
Yeah, and like I said, Spar probably weren't good in this game. They weren't that bad. Obviously, they weren't like defending for their lives. It wasn't like they only had one shot, one on target. Obviously, no, but I still feel like Stuttgart probably should have won this game.
Yeah.
So yes, Spar Prague is the Copenhagen of this year. Still will qualify anyways. I mean we'll see, but I hope they do.
I hope they do, but I don't know if they will. I feel like I don't know if they will.
Yeah. Well, let's just say we hope. Because we're not certain with them. They didn't have any chances low. Let me in. Watch the game. All right, which team are you talking about? Because Spar Prague had chances. You must be talking about the Barca game, I'm guessing.
Which they had.
What's the game they had?
No, Sparta Prague had their own chances. I just think Stuttgart had much more clear-cut chances. I think they probably should have won this game. But I don't know. I'm not saying Sparta Prague were bad by any means. I'm just saying. I just think that at least from what I've seen, like and statistics-wise as well, I just think Stuttgart probably. But again, as we said, what matters in the end is what says on the scoreboard, and it says 1-1. So
Yeah. All right. Let's move on over. We'll save the Arsenal game for last. I want to save that one.
Let's save that.
All right. Let's go over this.
I'll let you have the reins for this one as it's your team. Oh, actually, should I? Yeah. Go ahead. You can make your first comments about.
Yeah. Let me just actually. You know what? Let's let Vic do it because he's.
Oh yeah, Vic. There we go.
Yeah, Vic. I'll let you speak about your blog on that team, man.
Sorry, guys. Come back to me. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, I'll do this. Now for this game, man. I mean, what is there to say? I mean, it was basically a stat padding session. With all due respect, I'm sorry. Like this wasn't even a contest. Like we absolutely obliterated them. Now I will say this though.
Yeah,
sorry, what were you saying? We obliterated them. And Lewandowski, man, we have to have a convo on the channel, man, because Lewandowski, the guy's goal scoring is insane. The guy's 36. And you know what's crazy? He's still one of the best strikers in the world, even at 36. It's insane.
I remember last season, right? I remember when we had I'm pretty sure this was when we spoke, I'm pretty sure this was before we spoke about the Napoli game last season, Napoli Barcelona. I still said that even I think after the first I said that Lewandowski is still Barcelona's I remember I said Lewandowski is still Barcelona's go-to guy for goals. Obviously Yamal I think is the one that is the playmaking guy, that creates chances. But I'm talking about goals. If we're talking about strictly about goals, Lewandowski is Barcelona's most reliable, even at his age. And I think with Flick, and we all remember, Lewandowski's best season came under Flick at Bayern. Now, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's that good, obviously, because of age, but I just think that Flick probably, because of that, he probably has been able to get, extend his capabilities a bit for another year or two. Because I think he's just been able to get it out. And I just think Rafinha is playing very well so far. I think that needs to be said. Overall, this is a Barca team that still has some players out. So it will be interesting to see going forward when all the players are back, how Barcelona will be progressing. I mean, this game, not as much else to be said. I just think, it's kind of expected, all due to respect to young boys, but, not really much to say.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna call them YB. Just so
I get it.
But yeah, I mean Barcelona, man, Lewandowski is just insane, and the guy's goal scoring is insane. 36 years old, and Actually, I want to ask you guys this question before we move to the next game. Is
Yeah.
Lewandowski the most consistent striker we've had in the 21st century? I actually want to know how you guys feel about that. You guys agree?
21st century. I feel like Suarez is a shout. Zlatan is a shout. I think you can even argue someone like Harry Kane is a shout. I don't know if he's the most consistent. I don't know if Lewandowski is the most consistent, but he's definitely.
Let's just say his longevity is insane.
Oh, someone said Ronaldo. The thing is, Ronaldo was a left winger for a lot of his years. Though,
yeah,
so
I don't really consider Ronaldo. I don't really consider Ronaldo as a pure striker.
Yeah, I think at his best, like obviously he could play striker, but I think that Ronaldo at his like peak of powers, I saw him as more like a left winger. So I don't know if I'm going to include Ronaldo in there. Benzema wasn't really the most consistent, but he had some kind of different roles. I would say only one that truly rivals Lewandowski in terms of consistency and goal scoring might be probably Luis Suarez and maybe Zlatan Ibrahimovic in 21st century.
Yeah, I just think it's insane. Like Lewandowski's doing this at this age. His 36 is crazy, and like I said earlier, he's one of the best strikers in the world. Like I would argue, these are three strikers that are elite for me right now in the world: Kane, and I would say Holland and Lewandowski.
Yeah,
those
definitely.
are three elite strikers.
Yeah, and I said Harry Kane is also probably one of the most consistent in 21st century as well. I think Kane, obviously, probably has to be.
Yeah. So I just think it's interesting to see how Lewandowski's transformed because, like I said, under Xavi, we didn't see Lewandowski be this amazing. Like I feel like under Flick, he's been amazing.
I'm back.
Before I give it to you, Vic, one thing I want to say is that what I really like about Lewandowski is that he isn't dropping deep. That is something that always frustrated me under Xavi, that who's always dropping so deep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just think Flick basically. Just stay in box. Don't go deep. They just stay in box and wait for their serves and just score goals. I think dropping deep, especially for a guy at his age, like you can't make him do that. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. He has to be the focal point. He has to the attacks have to be not built through him. He just has to be the guy who just finishes off the attacks. That's really it.
All right.
Yeah, one last thing. Obviously, Rafinha has been amazing. Rafinha has really transformed under Flick. Because people said under Xavi that Rafinha was this bomb player. People are saying this garbage player. And you said that, Vic. Vic, you said that. Vic, you said that.
He's still not worth the money we paid for him.
But you have to admit that Flick has transformed.
He's been better, but he's not. He's at 25. He's like a 35 million player, not a 60 million player.
And also, another thing that's also been amazing under Flick is that what else? Yeah, Flick has done that, man. So
but Rafinha has shut me up. I gotta admit, he has shut me up. Yeah, I'm happy with what he's doing, and that's pretty much it. You guys talking about? I think we need to all of us who. There's a lot of things I need to cover about Lewandowski because this guy, it just shows that Xavi Hernandez was the problem, was the main factor why the entire team wasn't performing.
He was making him do too much, especially.
It's not Lewa doing too much. It's that the ball wasn't going into him in the center area of the box because Lewandowski loves being in the box waiting. But if you stand there 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and the ball isn't getting to you, all that's happening is side-to-side passes, no predictable.
That was the problem with Xavi, I think.
And then it was so predictable, so boring, no kind of effective movement. Lewandowski dropped deep out of frustration because he wasn't receiving the ball. So for me, that's why he kept dropping deep. Now that you see us with a more centered, a more direct football, you see Lewandowski sticks to the center and he's never moves from his position. And now if he feels to drop deep to play make, now he do it really well because everyone is moving constantly. Like against young boys, we really are off the ball movement, especially Lewandowski has been absolutely superb. And I thought that his link up play was gonna decline, but it hasn't. It's still there. And he did so many key passes and it was amazing. Lamine Yamal had an absolute masterclass. This guy is the best winger in the world, and I'm proud that Barca is the club that produces these type of gems that are like.
I will say though, I'll be honest though, and you guys can answer because you're Barca fans. Was Yamal like needed to start this game?
Yes.
Do you think
Yeah,
so? Because I know a lot of
was-
Barca fans are
he
saying
was
that
he was
he's
he
good,
was
but he's
rested.
17. So is he being overplayed or something? Was he
No,
needed
he
to
was
start?
rested against Osasuna.
Oh yeah, true, but that game didn't go well.
Yeah, they didn't go well
No,
because
but
we didn't
no,
only
but
rest Yamal, we rest Rafinha. We did a complete overhaul.
Yeah, and I remember
We
like
were
there was
willing to
someone,
wait.
Barca
sacrifice the.
fans were slandering
Hold on,
some
I
left
just want
back.
to
I
land
forget
on
his
this
name.
point. We were willing to
Okay.
sacrifice the Osasuna game strictly because of we knew these guys like Real Madrid was gonna face a Madrid derby, and that and the Wanda Metropolitano under Carlo Ancelotti wasn't. They don't have a positive record over there, so it was either draw or loss for Madrid. And for us, like it went into our favor. We lost the game, but we didn't lose the lead in the table, so we're in a good position. Overall, young boy, I don't think young boys are a bad team. They unfortunately they were in
Brought
a
out us.
Barca side that
That's
is really good
it.
right now, and it was a full strength
Mm,
team. I think Frankie De Jong came on. No,
yeah, Frankie
what?
Diouf.
Yeah,
He played like a few minutes. 70,
yeah, Frank.
yeah, 70
Like we actually we're getting back our players. I think by then after the international break, Gavi is gonna return. Firmino is gonna be
yeah,
back. We're getting back everyone. I even think Araujo. So we're
yeah,
getting back the talents to compete for the league at the perfect timing. So that's basically it.
yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing I'll criticize Flick for is giving Ansu Fati more game time. I don't know why you keep giving Ferran Torres a lot of game time. That's the only thing I'll criticize him for.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not convinced on either of Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres. Ansu Fati looked
Okay, but
exactly the same as when Xavi used them. He keeps cutting into the center, and he's supposed to be our left
I
winger.
think
He's
Ansu
supposed to be-
Fati will never be like a success. He probably people hope to be at Barcelona.
yeah, it's gonna probably still.
I think that ship has sailed. And
Yeah,
Ferran Torres, I just
it
think
has
he's never-
sailed that the injury. Unfortunately, it's so unfortunate that he got that injury because he doesn't believe in himself. He doesn't even want to
Yeah,
be a
his
winger.
finishing also has really dried up, hasn't it? Like
Yeah, his finish.
No,
No, and the other thing, he's not moving into positions to try to shoot. He's trying to play almost as a second
way too
striker,
cautious
and
because
he's
he's
not a
afraid. Yeah,
second striker.
I just think he's not Barcelona level anymore. I just think he wasn't even starter at Brighton. I think he needs to go to like a different club, take a step down, and just try to reignite his career because I don't think that's gonna happen at Barcelona. I think it's just not gonna happen.
Mhm. And for me, Flick
no,
is
but
trying to give him confidence, but this guy just doesn't. He doesn't. For me, he doesn't believe in himself, and if a player doesn't believe in himself with the amount of support he's getting, then he's a kind of a
that's
lost
not
cause.
yeah. I still feel like though. I still feel like Ferran Torres is giving too much minutes. I still believe that.
I mean,
So
me and you agree, AD, that Ferran Torres is the most useless player on the pitch. So
yeah.
it
So
is what
like
it is.
that's the only thing I'll criticize him for. And one last thing before we get to the next game. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but this is how I feel. I feel like we're playing just like the Bayern 2020 team. We're gonna win
No,
big.
AD, humble yourself, bro. We're not even on that level. Like
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
even
but
playing
no,
like that. We're
no, no,
playing
but
possession football. We're just that with this time our manager has the bravery to just move the ball more into the center. We still utilize the wings. It's just
no, no,
more
but
center play.
no, no, but I'm saying
Bayern
is that I
Munich,
have a
but the only thing we got from Bayern Munich was the high line. That's pretty much it. But
yeah
we
the
played high
highlight.
line.
Okay, but
We play
Yeah.
high line under Xavi as well. But
The thing
this,
under Xavi was it was so uncoordinated.
yeah, it was high line, but we only played on the wings. We didn't play more on the center, trying to play
Yeah, and then
attacking
if Barca
midfield.
lost the ball in the center, you just got cooked
Yeah.
no, no,
under Xavi's
So
no, no, but
timeline.
I know what the point I was trying to make here is that we're when we like the wins that we're getting has been huge wins. Like that Bayern 2020, whenever they won a game,
yeah, but
all these wins were huge
80,
wins.
they did
I
that
was just trying to make
for
that point.
entire 80, they did that for an entire season, bro. We're
Okay.
only we're just starting, bro. We can't be
Yeah,
already
starting.
You won't win
comparing
every
ourselves
game.
to
Five
Bayern.
games.
So
Some
Bayern
games you
that
win.
did a sextuple. Get you have to get that in your
Yeah,
in the
no, I
psyche,
mean,
bro, because sextuple is that's elite. We're not even in elite. We literally
but
lost to
It's still
what's that
early.
team name from France?
Osasuna,
No,
Monaco.
Monaco. We lost Monaco
Yeah,
and we deservedly so, bro. So we can't be out here comparing ourselves to a team that actually is iconic, basically an iconic team now because an iconic team actually destroyed us. So
yeah. Actually,
yeah.
maybe need to rephrase my wording, but what I'm trying to say is that I feel like whenever we win, we're gonna win by big, and then whenever we lose, I feel like we're gonna lose by
compare ourselves to ourselves. Like we're just a good team right now in form. That's basically it.
Yeah,
We
okay.
don't know what our
Okay,
ceiling is. And that's it.
yeah.
Don't
Gotta
compare us
see
to
how
Bayern
everything
Munich
goes.
because, bro, if we hold a big L and we dip in form for the rest of the season, this is gonna get clipped by a lot of
Yeah, actually,
people. So you gotta be
yeah, actually,
careful. Don't compare us to
yeah.
that Bayern team who was
Okay, okay,
absolutely
okay.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I didn't. I meant. I was kind of meaning by the wins. I was kind of meaning on that regard.
Nah,
Like
not even the wins, bro. Like Bayern Munich was prime Ballon d'Or Lewandowski killing
yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
Nah, that team, like I remember, that team would not stop at 3-0 and 4-0. That team was just gonna keep going
Yeah,
and
I'm
going
saying
and
I'm
going.
making that
Keep
point. Like
going.
we continue. Like this team is like continue score. We're not just resting on leads. We keep building,
Yeah.
keep scoring.
Obviously,
Like,
you're not always gonna win by big margins. There's gonna be games where it's tight, but at the end of the day.
actually,
Yeah,
what,
but my point is that I don't we're not even in that level, we can
yeah,
score a
actually,
lot of
actually,
goals now, but we have a lot of high risk, high reward type of
Yeah.
style. So
Yeah.
for us, like it's working against the mid-table teams, but we don't know what's gonna happen to us when we face a competent team like Madrid. So for me, like
no,
we can't assume that we're just steamrolling everything because we're actually not. We're
yeah,
just
actually,
we're
no, actually,
playing
no.
we're just playing smarter, and that's what the big
Yeah,
difference.
actually, to be fair, we haven't really been properly challenged yet. Let's see what happens against Bayern and Real Madrid because that's me after an international break. We will see the true level.
Aston Villa 80, Aston Villa. You know what I'm saying about football heritage? That's Aston Villa
Well,
heritage showing.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Okay, let's go ahead and read some of you guys' comments. We're Prague were bad. They don't deserve respect. Come on, no, come on, David. Don't do this. They were good. Come on, don't do this. Big up Kool-Aid. Cookie says hi. Hansi Flick is great at slaughtering teams. Ronaldo's the most consistent. Like the stream, y'all. Hendrick has been around longer than Lewa, though. Huh? Oh,
Yes, he has.
yeah, time
That's what
traveling, time traveling.
time traveler, Bobby.
Yeah, we're gonna call Hendrick the time traveler from this point on. Anyways,
Bobby, no,
why
his
be
name is Bobby. Bobby
why
Hendricks.
be
Bobby
performing
Charlton.
away at Barca was like Mourinho's Real Madrid? Who knows what I'm on about? That's a bit disrespectful. That's a bit disrespectful. But okay. Well, let's move. Rafinha's a flick baller. I'm also guessing Barca play faster with Flick than Xavi. Yeah, that's also true. There's higher intensity.
High risk, high
All
reward.
Fati can hope now is becoming a continued level player. Side piece.
It is what it is. It's sad. Like I genuinely like Fati. It's one of my favorite players.
Dude, man, we could have had a front three of Lewandowski, Yamal, and Fati. Oh my jeez.
Like young Fati would have been crazy. But anyways,
That would
we
have
move.
been amazing. Yeah, we gotta move, man. Young boys equals fat boys slim. How did Barca improve in the harder away games? I think we've been good so far in the way.
First thing, we don't get red cards, I guess.
Yeah, red cards. Yeah, that's a start. That's a start.
I think
That's one
second
way to
is
start.
probably just.
Wait, Barcelona
keeping it
gonna
tight as
blow Caverna. Yo, BLA, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Because you're reading Real Madrid also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mourinho's Real Madrid got destroyed by us, and they needed to play like a certain animal that rolls in the mud to try to compete with us.
Wow. You know what's really crazy, guys? Rafinha's the captain of this team.
That's
Deservedly
actually
so. Deservedly
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Deservedly so. Like I can't criticize Rafinha's attitude and captaincy. He's actually a good
No.
captain.
Who else
No,
are you
but it
gonna
just
put?
feels
Really? Who else are you gonna put?
no. I'm not saying. It just feels weird. It just feels weird.
Is that how is it weird though?
Because he's not like one of the most. Actually,
Talent has down to do with leadership. Leadership is
Yeah.
that's what the captain's for.
Well, I thought Lewandowski would be captain since he's 36.
That was not a leader. Rafinha is actually a good leader because
He's
Yeah,
the
that's
first Stegen technically the captain, but now he's out for a season. So
Stigen
he's
was
out.
a good captain, and that people are not gonna like to hear that, but he's a good captain.
Okay, let's
either
move.
though, less said the better.
Yeah, okay, let's move, man. Let's move.
Okay,
Let's go to Leverkusen Milan.
Here we go.
Actually, you know what? I want to start with you. You're a Syria correspondent. You're a Syria correspondent.
So Milan came into this game obviously after winning the derby. After Inter were so poor in that game. Yeah, I mean this game, the first half they were getting outplayed hard. Like Leverkusen first half outplayed them on another level. It was crazy. But then the second half, Milan actually turned it around a bit, but still conceded. And I think overall, but like later on, late on, Milan had some chances. They could have probably walked out of this game with a draw, but this is a really close game. But I think overall, maybe Leverkusen still won, but like this is a very, very close game. And I think Milan are starting to. This is the thing I feared, right? I knew this was going to happen. Like, I think Milan are starting to actually become like their displays are becoming better after winning the derby, because I think that has already given them more confidence. And by the way, they deserve to win that derby 100%. We were absolutely awful that game. So, but still, I mean, they lost this game. I think fair and square. I think with Leverkusen were the better team. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's weird that you say that because I do agree with you in the sense that Leverkusen were better. But I still feel like Milan, though, they're a bit lost.
They could have got a draw, yeah, late on especially.
Yeah, Radzeki came clutch those last couple of minutes because I think Milan were pushing everything.
Had chances.
Like,
I remember, like, it was crazy. But that first half, Milan were awful. Like first half, Leverkusen, like.
Oh yeah. Oh my geez! Like look, I mean, this probably just shows you the entire game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's weird because Milan actually got better in the second half, but conceded then. But like, it's kind of weird. But like, I think in the end, Leverkusen probably deserved to win because here's how I see it. Right, I see it as first half Leverkusen were better. Second half, maybe Milan was a bit better, but like not by a lot. Like I think Leverkusen still had some chances in the second half. But I think in the end, I think Milan could have got a draw out of this game.
Am I? Because to be fair, normally Albert jokes around, but I think this is actually a serious comment, and I don't know what you think. Do you actually agree with this?
No, I'm just Policies FC. I don't know if okay, here's the thing, right? I don't think Rafael Leao has been great so far this season. I'll say
that. Dude, the guy's not been that good. He's had a stinker so far this season.
Nah, Policies has definitely been like, I would say better. But I'll say like, look, I don't know if they're Policies FC because I think Milan are like Moments FC. I think they're just able to Moments FC.
I think they're Moments
even though they were better against us in the derby, the Gabia goal was from a moment, really, from like it was just our stupidity in marking the set piece, horrible marking the set pieces. Like Milan are just that kind of team. Like they can like take chances, but they're not like, it's not like there's no like, big build up or something that goes into it. It's just they're kind of like moments. They kind of just thrive off of like random things happening and then just capitalizing. This game didn't happen. It almost happened, but it didn't quite happen.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're Policies FC. I think it kind of just happens with every kind of player they have.
And also, what's really interesting? Maratz is really working well with number 10. Maratz is really playing well as number 10, which is so weird. Like,
yeah, Reinders has been very good, by the way. Reinders has been very good for Milan this season. Like he was the best player against us in the derby.
Yeah, and Leverkusen, man, I do feel like this team. Obviously, they're good and all, but something tells me they keep getting away with this too much. Like the amount of defending.
This game, it was not like a late goal. This is just them, scoring and then just hanging up. The thing the thing is, they got away with it against Bayern. They got away with it against Bayern, though. That was
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it feels like they've been kind of just scraping by the last two. And
that's why I just don't think. But they're still a good team, and that's.
Oh yeah, they're still a good team, but it's just I got to see. It's not as convincing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, definitely not. Because like I think remember like last season, we need to remember like Leverkusen last season when they started off, they were actually starting on fire. Remember, like they were actually winning games by like boom, 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 like they were just scoring. And then the second half of the season, that's when they kind of began scoring those late goals and everything. This season, it just feels like they're kind of getting thrown. That being said, they won their first game in the Champions League, a 4-0, I believe, against Feyenoord. So look, we'll see. I think they in the end deserve to win. I do think that, but I do think Milan could have won. Could have drawn this game. They could have drawn this game.
Yeah, you know what the sad thing is? When your goalkeeper is the best player and your highest rated player, that's not good.
That's not a good sign. But to be fair, Maignan was also
Maignan was also good too. This was a great game, honestly. This was probably the best game on Tuesday. People are gonna say Arsenal PSG. This game was way better.
No, I'm sorry. This game was better. This game was more even.
Yeah. All right, let's go quickly look at some comments. I thought the same thing when I saw Rafinha armband. Yeah, it's still weird to me. Milan 32nd. Obviously, Bealey must be loving it. Bealey, man, he still lost to Derby. So low. Wonderful week for Typo about the Milan. Leverkusen get really good for in the UCL. Yeah, I think they can. I don't. We'll have to see though. Let's see what the draw brings because is hard to say. Still with emotion. I'm ready for Xabi Alonso Real Madrid 2025. I already read that. Mickey Mouse, Magnon, Albert. Quarterfinals match for Leverkusen. It won't be convincing. Pulisic would have space and Inter. You could argue AC Milan were missing Musa. Bealey, please make space for Pulisic. Will you take Pulisic and Inter? You take Captain America. Will you take Captain America, man? But the thing is, I don't think Pulisic would be good at Inter because you guys don't really, Inter don't really use the wingers like that. So they're more known for the strikers, and I don't know. I feel like Pulisic should just stay at Milan. Don't go to Inter.
Yeah, I feel like where is he gonna go really? Like,
yeah. So, yeah, they were better last year. Abraham, oh geez, oh yeah, Abraham. I forgot the guy. The guy's so I forgot about him, man. It was what? Okay, I was supposed to be practically impossible. Final Pulisic, the high rating of 83 should be at least 85. Also, I was going to win. Leverkusen dominated Milan the first day. They should have scored more. Every Milan, we're lucky to be good. Now, come on, Bealey. They deserve to win the derby. How about at least? Inter's still better than Milan. Agreed. Inter do use wingers. No, but you guys I think the wing. I mean, dude, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think the wingers are more like they do more defensive work. Or maybe I'm missing. Maybe you know better than I do.
Thing is, I wouldn't call them wingers, but the thing is, like, Inter do. The thing is, we kind of like the fullbacks are supposed to take the men on, and they are supposed to get the dribbles in. Here's the ratio though: Dumfries sucks at that, and Darmian is also not good at it. So it's kind of like DiMarco pretty much doing it, and that has been a problem for a long time. Even last season, it was a problem. So I wouldn't say like they're not technically wingers, but they kind of play like wingers. That's how they are.
I think the proper definition is like defensive wingers.
The wing backs, as they're called.
Wing backs, yeah. And I'm sorry, I do not want to see Pulisic at wing back. I do not need that to happen. Please. I do not. I saw enough of the Chelsea. I don't want that to happen here. So please no.
Yeah, no.
Interest, man. Oh yeah. Well, obviously, Matt. So
talent-wise, but they were better than us in the derby. I'm an Inter fan, but I can still say it. They were better than us in the derby. Deserved to beat us. We were not good that derby.
Yeah, we're just going by the derby. Now, overall, I still think obviously Inter's still a way better team, man to man, than Milan. But if we're going just by the derby, Milan were better on the day. That's what I'm trying to say. So pretend we do, man. All right, let's move to the next one. Tefren, if you're hearing this, please hear it carefully. I do not want to see Celtic in the Champions League anymore.
Oh God. Ha. Okay, you know what is funny? Here, I'm gonna tell you all something funny, right? A German team doing 7-1. We've seen this before. We have seen this before. Oh God. But look, I'm sorry, Celtic. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, but this happened. Why are they so bad in the Champions League though? Like, I don't get it. I just don't understand why.
I'm inducting Rangers.
Really, Rangers as well? Like, nah.
No. But the thing is, what makes me weird. What's the weird thing is that Celtic are so amazing in the Scottish league. They always win it.
That's the problem. I think that is the thing, though. They're beating these Scottish teams, but then in European games, I mean, the quality is just.
You know what's crazy? Rangers have a better European legacy in the last couple of years than Celtic.
Yeah, no, obviously not historically. Celtic are European champions, so obviously not historically.
No, I mean recently.
Yeah, recently, yeah. Rangers got to the final. Yeah, Europa League. I remember a couple of years ago.
Yeah. So, like, my thing is that Celtic, man, why are they in? I'm sorry. That's why I said, Sheffield, you got to remove these guys. They shouldn't be in the Champions League. Sheffield.
I don't think, but Rangers last time in the Champions League were the worst team statistically, if you remember. Like, so
just don't have any Scottish teams.
just send them into the Europa League, right? Just ban the Scottish teams from the Champions League at this point. Like,
just don't send. And I'm sorry because I know people are gonna say Dortmund's a good team and all, guys. Dortmund isn't this good. Okay. Barca.
I know people say they're Champions League finalists. Okay, but like this is different coach. There's some different players. Like it's not the same Dortmund. Like relax. Like
yeah, and the thing is, like, I know Barca, Real Madrid, because let's be real, Barca and Real Madrid have obliterated Celtic before in the past. Like, I think Barca won 7-0 a long time ago.
Yeah.
They're like one of the best teams in the world. Are we really saying that Dortmund's one of the best teams in the world? Are we really
Yeah,
going to say this?
look, no, like it doesn't work. Like no, like
So it's just absolutely abysmal from Celtic, and of course they have Brendan Rodgers, who's the European bum. The guy is terrible in European competitions. The guy's a bum.
yeah, it's just not a good mix at all. And I'm sorry, but this Celtic team, you look at the like, this is not a champ. Like is this like a Champions League like team? Like I think even teams like Stade Brestois and like Lille and all the kind of teams have better line. It's like, what is this? Like, nah, like
Yeah, it's so mediocre, man. And yeah, it's just and I'm sorry, man. And Adeyemi, I mean, he's a good player and all, but the guy isn't that good. I'm sorry, he's not that amazing. He's not one of the best wingers in the world. I know
he's way too hot and cold. Like he's way too hot and cold.
Yeah.
We all remember in
Yeah,
the Champions League final, he was not great. So
yeah. So, like I said, obviously we have to respect Dortmund, you know, and people are going to try to say like we're disrespecting Dortmund here. We're not trying to disrespect Dortmund.
we're not disrespecting Dortmund again. Like I said, like Dortmund will probably make it to the round of 16, whether that's through qualifying, whether that's through like getting top 8. They're gonna make it there, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, but I don't know. Like Celtic, it's just at this point, it just feels like every big team's ground they go to, right? Every single ground they go to away, especially. Like I'm not talking about Celtic Park, I'm talking about away. When they go to these away games, they just get like, it's not even a contest. Like they just get destroyed. Like they just get obliterated. It feels like.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I have a stat for you. You remember we were talking about this last time in the stream. Celtic beat Slovan Barcelona. That was the first win in the Champions League in a very long time, and maybe in modern era.
And it was Slovan Bratislava at home.
So like, yeah, for Celtic, man, I feel stupid for my prediction because I said they finished 24th, and now well, to be fair, it is one game, so maybe I'm being reactionary here, but still, like, as far as the goal difference though, it's really bad. And for Dortmund, man, shout out to Dortmund, Nuri Sahin. Shout out for you guys, but we can't really give too much credit to Dortmund because, like, let's be real, Celtic are bumps. So like, you know. But yeah, Celtic, man, disgraceful, and yeah, it's just interesting. No, that was a draw, I believe. I think it was a draw. I don't think it was a win.
Oh, let me go check. Let me go check right now.
I Google said they wait. I'm pretty sure they tied though. I don't think they won.
Oh no, they did. They did.
Oh. Well, I guess
we were wrong then. It was 2-1.
Well, I guess.
So they did.
Yeah, okay. I guess the Google. Okay, I guess that Google thing was wrong then. Actually, let me read what it said there because that's coming from Google, and Google's usually reliable. So let me read what it says here. Actually, you're right. You're right. Let me see. Celtic won the first match UEFA Champions League campaign for the first time. Oh, so they won the first match. Okay, so I misread there. Okay, yeah, that's a brick for me.
Yeah, first
so
match. But they actually won. But still, like that does not change anything, though. Like.
Yeah. So it doesn't change the fact. So I was actually wrong there. But the point I'm trying to make here is that Celtic are just not good in Europe. Just not good in the Champions League. So let's read your guys' comments. Celtic have no shame. Dortmund's top of the table. 7-1-2-4. Celtic are thrusting on their feet. I heard what Roger said in a post-game interview. They just got lucky. Cameron Carter-Vickers wasn't there. No. Stop it, Albert. No, don't do this. Cameron Carter-Vickers, my guy. 0-0 would have happened. Stop it, Albert. It's always weak. It's because our league is crap. Like St. Johnston would let in 14 if they were in this.
That's the thing. Like, it's just not good. Yeah. Because the gap between Celtic and Rangers. When is the last time a Scottish team that's not Celtic or Rangers have won the league? Like, seriously, when is the last time?
Yeah, it's probably been a very long time. Scottish Premier League shouldn't have a spot in the Champions League. I agree. Scotland forever. Dortmund the better team, but 7-1 too far. Use smart words. Casper put his shame on his dad's name. You know, his dad's probably ashamed of watching this. Like, what is my son doing? Funny, as soon as Royce leaves, Dortmund high scoring team.
I think it's just Celtic. I think it's just because it's Celtic.
No, come on, Albert, don't do this. Boogie says, well, the only team that has a worse squad than Celtic surveying is Zvezda. Potentially. They're better than YB.
Slovan Bratislava and Salzburg.
Yeah, they're better than Slovan Bratislava. I'll agree with you on that.
Probably YB, maybe. Salzburg, I don't know. Like, I think it's just not good though. Maybe they're not worse than those, but I don't know if they're better. I just think it's just,
Yeah. It doesn't change the fact that they're bumps. Like, it doesn't change the fact.
But like, if you're using Slovan Bratislava and YB as the
benchmark,
just using them as like the level, like as the standard, I mean that already tells you enough. Like,
yeah. They've been firing their last year. Slow go pointless. So yeah, 2-1. SBL goes Maltese League. All right, let's move to the next one, man. Let's move to the next one. Inter 4, Red Star Brigade 0. I mean, this was a demolition. And shout out to Taremi, man. Taremi was fantastic on that day. 2 assists for him on the day and a goal, his first goal. And yeah, Inter just looked pretty cool.
Honestly, first half it was pretty rough to watch. Like the first half, I don't even know what the hell was happening. We were just not playing well. The second half, we turned it around, and then we just cooked from there and just dominate. But yeah, I mean, look, Marko Arnautovic scored. This guy's a bum still. I'm sorry, he's just not good at all. Taremi finally scored, and it's penalty, but still, we got 2 assists. Lautaro is finally beginning to score this season. He scored against Udinese. Now he scored, today. I mean, not today, but yesterday. But yeah, I mean, look, like Dumfries and Mkhitaryan, I just think it was just in the end a pretty easy game for us. I think in the end it was pretty easy for us, and yeah, I mean, not really much else to say.
Yeah, and shout out to Inter, man. Taremi, man. Are you happy? Do you think this is good for Taremi, like this performance?
Yeah, it is. I don't know if he should be starting still, but he needed something like this, and now he's off the mark, and I think we'll see him get better, and I think we'll see more from him.
And Lautaro's hot streak continues, man. And shout out to Inter and shout out who scored a free kick. And for Red Star Belgrade, man, you guys, 2 errors made from their CDM and their center back. Yeah, it's just
got outclassed. Really, that's not much else. Yeah, but the first half, I think they were actually okay. First half, they were all right. The second half, it got pretty bad. Second half, it got really bad.
Yeah, it's weird. Inter actually had less possession in the second half, but it obviously didn't matter then. But yeah,
but it was a bit weird. But look, we saw it red. So
yeah. All right, moving on. We have PSV 1, Sporting 1. And PSV should have won this game. I don't know how PSV didn't win this game.
They should have won this game. Yeah.
Sporting, you guys got lucky.
And then conceded a late goal,
Yeah, Brian Ganka scoring that goal there, coming off the bench.
Gyökeres didn't really well this game. I don't think he did. Gyökeres wasn't great this game.
Yeah, and PSV, man, they should have. I don't know how Bakayoko missed that chance.
They should have won this game. I don't know, man. Yeah. It's crazy, but they didn't somehow. I don't know how they did not win this game. I think they're gonna regret this. I think this is gonna bite them back.
Yeah, and I think the home games are going to be critical games, especially for these small teams, like these Part 3, Part 4 teams. You have to make use of your home form.
So and they didn't. Especially with PSV, they lost against Juventus in the first game, so they needed a response, and they didn't get it. They just Sporting, I think they're probably going to be happy. Definitely the happier of the teams. Especially
happier of the season. Yeah, I mean, look at the Sporting didn't even have a single shot in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't I don't know. PSV didn't win this game. They should have won this game, but. There you go. Right.
Gosh, man. And so shout out to Sporting. They'll be the happier of the 2 teams. We'll actually look at the table after this. And yeah, then Slovan Bratislava 0, Man City 4. I mean, what is there?
What is there to say? I mean, I'm sorry, Slovan Bratislava, yeah.
Yeah. Remember how I said Celtic shouldn't be the Champions League? This is also another team that shouldn't be in the Champions League.
But at least this is their first time. Celtic did.
Yeah. So I won't be that critical of them. So And yeah, shout out to Man City. Gundogan scoring his goal. First goal for him this season after his return, I believe. I think it's his first goal.
Yeah, right? Foden scored. Finally broke his goal drought. Foden,
Yeah. Allen scored. Zoku scored. Lewis got an assist. And McAfee scored as well off the bench. So, and yeah,
again, it's not really much to say. City just dominated and just,
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised, though, that they didn't score more goals. I think that's probably the bit more surprising thing.
Yeah, probably should have scored more, but I mean,
Takic, man, he made 10 saves. 10 saves, bro.
Maybe this keeper played well, it seems. Keeper was fine.
Yeah, keeper was good. All right, I think that's it for Tuesday games. So we're gonna move on to the Wednesday games, and I think Wednesday is a lot more talking points than Tuesday, to be fair. So
definitely, Wednesday has way more to say. Oof.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Although we haven't discussed the Arsenal PSG game.
Oh yeah. Sorry. We gotta discuss that game real quick. I thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I think this game. I'm sorry, PSG just. Yeah, it was a poor performance, right? I don't it. It's weird, right? Because they had some chances. I think they hit the post in one of the chances. But Arsenal, I think, were just a better team in the. Although I don't think Arsenal were that amazing. They just, did it enough. They just saw the game through, and yeah.
Yeah, and Donnarumma.
That PSG squad, especially that attack. Look at PSG's attack. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah,
that PSG. And Luis Enrique, man. There's a reason why you're not a top coach, and you're not one of the best coaches in the world. Because how are you not starting? How are you not starting a recognized striker in this game? It's crazy.
How is
Like,
Kangin Lee starting as like a false nine? Like that is just so naive.
yeah, it's just. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna continue to reiterate this point. There's only two teams that could play false nine: Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, and that peak Spain team. Not the Spain team now. Peak Spain from 2010, 2012. Only those teams
Yeah,
can get away.
only those teams. Yeah, not even Arsenal.
other
I don't
teams-
think even Arsenal. Like,
Yeah. So like, I'm sorry. Like, King Lee's a good player. He can't be playing as a striker. And Donnarumma, man, you absolute brick. I'm sorry. Both those goals.
Donnarumma in big Champions League games, we need to have a conversation. I think it's time to have a
Oh
conversation.
my god. I know he wasn't at fault for the second goal, but I would also argue that both goals he
Yeah,
should have
first
done
goal
better.
though. Oh my god.
Oh jeez. Kai Havertz.
I think Pacho also. I think should have been marking Howard's better. You
Yeah.
know, Hakimi was. Calafiore was actually handling Hakimi well. I think.
Yeah, and yeah.
And the
for
thing
PSG,
is, obviously, I know that there was the article that report coming out that said like how Dembele was dropped from this game because of I think disciplinary issues. So that's a bit weird, but at the same time, I feel like look, Barcola was not great this game. But I feel like this game, like I'm sorry, but who is Desiree Doué and Kangin Lee as your attack against like this Arsenal defense? It was not going to work. It was never going to work. And like just the PSG's attack had like no bite. Like is that attack scaring you? I don't think that attack scares anyone. Like it was just not a good attack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And we're actually I wish I was having this combo. Is Dembele PSG's best player? Because if he's your best player,
I think Vitinha. I think probably Vitinha. Maybe.
Yeah, Vitinha. I would say Vitinha is probably their best player, and then probably say Barcola second. Then maybe I'll say Zaire.
But I don't look at the thing is you look at this PSG team and it just does not impress me. Like it does not feel like I don't care what people tell me. I know people have been saying that PSG has changed their strategies and all, but I'm sorry, but this is not a good team. I'm sorry, this team is just.
And it really makes me question. They really do miss Mbappe. They really do miss him.
Yeah, I get that. We're gonna get into Mbappe later, but they miss him. Like I'm sorry, but this is just not great. Like the attack just has no bite. Like it just feels like nothing. Like nothing really.
Yeah, and it's sad to see this. Well, obviously, as a happy, I'm a Barca fan, but that's aside. I mean, being objective, like it's so sad for PSG, man, and for Luis Enrique, man. PSG really do need that striker, and
they really do. And they need some more. Like I'm sorry, but Randall Colomoni's not. I mean, the thing is, you still got. I think I always still say that you should start your striker. Like I always think that a striker should be starting because I'm sorry, but as a false nine, if you want it to work, then first of all, your wingers got to be good goal scorers. That's one. If you want a false nine to work. Second of all, you got to have a good player that can like hold up the play. I'm sorry, but Kangin Lee on false nine, that was just ludicrous. Like I don't understand what the thought process there was.
Yeah. Do you think that it was a miss? Do you think that the formation itself was also a problem? Because I also think his formation looks very unbalanced.
Yeah, I think that much of tactics. I just think also like Arsenal, as we know, are one of the best defensive, not the best defensive, like one of the best defensive teams currently. With that attack and this kind of tactics, you're not going to break them down. And if you're not going to break them, especially at the Emirates, they're going to like, if they score on you, it's going to be so hard to like score against them. Like that's the thing. And especially look at Arsenal, like Mikel Arteta has adapted because of Odegaard's absence. He has started using this 4-4-2. But Trossard, I think, was very good this game. I think Trossard was actually the best player for Arsenal in this game, in my opinion. But I think that they just shut PSG down completely, and they were just focused, and they just allowed like because PSG had, I don't think, any kind of way of like scoring against Arsenal. I think Arsenal, because of that, they were just much more comfortable and were able to take their 2 goals. And yeah, I mean, I think overall it was just a clean performance from Arsenal, and they were just able to keep PSG in bay and just get the job done. Just feels that kind of way.
Yeah, and Arsenal are really good at set pieces. They're probably one of the best set piece teams in the world. They have a very good defense. And I actually want to ask you as an Inter fan because it's actually interesting. Because for me, in my opinion, Arsenal and Inter have the best defenses in the world.
Yeah.
And right now. And we were actually having this combo on yesterday's stream. Most of the people in the stream were saying that Arsenal have a better defense. I said that Arsenal have the best center back partnership in the world. I think Gabriel Saliba is the best center back partnership, at least club level. But I think Inter still are better defensively as
Yeah,
a
I
whole.
will say they're better at set pieces though. I will say they're better.
Yeah,
at set
yeah. And Inter's Achilles is the set pieces. Like we do. So like
Yeah,
Arsenal are really good. So I want to know as an Inter fan. I mean, being objective here, obviously, because I know you could be biased here, but try to be objective here.
Yeah.
Which defense do you think is better, Inter or Arsenal, just as an overall defense?
Ooh, I think personal wise, Arsenal might have a better one. Personal wise, now system wise, maybe it's a bit different. I don't know. The thing is, like, we have a Cherby in defense. Like DeMarco's not the best defender, but at the same, it's kind of hard to compare because Arsenal play with a back four, we play with back three, so it's a bit
Yeah.
hard.
I'm very interested to see that match. That match is gonna be very, but as much
What will
as
happen? I think that because it's happening at San Siro, I think Inter will probably have a bit of an advantage. But we'll see when that happens. That's probably going to be the thing. Is a lot of people are going to expect that to be like. I'm also expecting to be like a very very like close game. Probably not the most exciting game. Watch it end like 4-4 or something. Watch it just be high scoring just out of nowhere.
Yeah. And so for Arsenal, as I said, man, and for Arsenal, as I said, I still feel like the Arsenal's attack is still very underwhelming because I'm sorry, Martinelli has been trash. Jesus been mid. Trossard, I feel like
their attack does not. Like, we said this also. Like they're and again, like I just think that I don't think this attack wins them the Premier League. It's certainly not winning them the Champions League. Like
yeah.
I know there are Arsenal fans saying they could win it. I'm sorry. Like calm down.
No.
Relax right now, please. Like no.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. And Havertz for me, he's not a. He's a. What is it called? He's a makeshift striker. He's not even a true striker. He's a makeshift striker.
Yeah.
Like,
he's not an actual striker.
And the thing is, like Havertz is a makeshift, and so he's a decent. He's decent. He hasn't been that bad, But the point is, like, he isn't like a.
I still think for Arsenal to take that next step, they need like an actual number 9. They need an.
Yeah, they need a proper number 9. That's a prolific number 9, and I don't think Havertz is them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think so either. He did score this game. He played well, but
look, yeah, but it was a good header. It was a good header. Yeah, and so, as I said, for Arsenal, man, the world class attacker they have is Saka. There is no one else's Arsenal team as world class attacking wise.
Yeah, no, like Martinelli is awful. Trossard, I don't think Trossard is like world class. Let's be honest, I don't think so. Like, no.
Yeah, that's a
Declan Rice is a good player. Is he world class? Do you think Declan Rice is world class?
No, I'm saying for attackers, just the
pure. Oh yeah, attacker. But I'm talking about as a player. Do you think Saliba is world class? I would say Saliba is probably.
Oh yeah, Saliba is world class. I would say Saliba. I would
Rice,
say
maybe. Rice, yeah.
Saka is world class. I would say.
Yeah.
Gabriel, I don't think Gabriel.
I think that Gabriel is. I feel like he's a bit too many mistakes in him. I feel like.
Yeah, and I feel like he's really good at set pieces. He's really good at set pieces, but I don't think he's like a very good, just pure defensively. Just pure defending.
Yeah, I would say Declan Rice. I would say Saka, and I would say Saliba, like the world class players.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
So, and then Odegaard as well. If we can't forget Odegaard.
Yeah, Raya is actually very good though. Raya is very good.
Yeah, Raya is good, man. And Arteta, you were right because a lot of people said, "Oh, maybe you made a mistake."
No.
Yeah, this season it shows that he didn't make a mistake. So, yeah. I just think for Havertz, man.
The thing is, I'll say about Havertz, I still feel like his peak was still at Leverkusen, like Leverkusen Havertz. Yes. I mean,
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah. And I feel like Havertz for me is best as attacking mid. That's his best position.
I think he's an attacking midfielder. I still want to believe it because back then he was so silky. I don't know what happened, honestly. Like, ever since at Chelsea, I don't know. Like, it's a bit weird. It's still a bit weird to me.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And for Arsenal, as I said, man, Saka, he's an amazing player and all, but he can't do everything for you guys. Like, and that's also another problem. It's like, who is the backup of Saka? Is it Sterling? No, I'm sorry, Sterling is washed nowadays.
No, that's not going to work.
Yeah. So that'll probably be more of an issue for them in the Premier League than the Champions League. But I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see how they do. Okay, let's look at some comments before going to Wednesday games. He's going to make unnecessary abbreviations. A team at 92 million euros must be prohibited from allowed to play in the teams. Maximovic, DJ were the only okay players. I'll not sure take Celtic spot.
I feel like Al Nassr get destroyed. I feel like people are like, no.
Yeah.
Roberto Firmino. Oh, that's true. Actually, Roberto Firmino is a false 9. I would say.
I still feel like though, like I still feel like the thing is, I understand what Matt's is saying. He's a false 9, but I still feel like he wasn't.
The thing is, Eduardo Benzema was a false 9.
I feel like most teams can't do false 9.
Yeah, not proper false 9. Like no. Barcola is better than Dembele. I agree, he is. I do think so as well.
Hakimi's also better. Maybe Kangeli too. I'm surprised Vitinha was deeper than Neves. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Inter Milan have a better defense. More turnovers than Dumfries.
I feel like Darmian's gonna start that game. That's my prediction.
I wonder what, man. We all know the answer to the question when Inter play Arsenal. That's the thing. That's actually a good point Pookie's actually bringing up. We'll see.
We'll see.
That's probably the best way to answer that question. Winner again for the third time winner. Okay, I'll start this comment against Bayern.
Yeah.
Havertz AM second striker. Leo. Okay, I'll say this comment later. Why does every manager since Tuchel try to play Havertz as strike? That's a good question. Actually, that's a really good question.
That's the thing. I don't think I don't know. Like, I'm unsure. Maybe because maybe I feel like probably Havertz. I think it's the physicality of the Premier League. I think that probably ultimately what as well.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
First game.
Saliba and maybe Rice are the two world-class players at Arsenal. Gabriel's been Saliba.
No, he's. I don't think Gabriel is better than Saliba. I don't think so.
The German teams with a big win last game. Dinamo Zagreb thrashing out Dortmund Celtic worse as well, slightly though. Odegaard though, good, but he doesn't get a lot of top teams 11s. I can imagine Bailey laughing at Arsenal fans. All right, moving on to Wednesday games, man. We're finally on Wednesday, man. Hour and 1 minute.
Yeah.
I guess we'll keep doing a 2-hour stream. So Girona 2, Feyenoord 3, man. I feel so bad for Girona. I feel genuinely bad. They should have won this game. Yeah. Feyenoord, I know they got the win, but I wasn't convinced with Feyenoord. I really wasn't.
Girona again, like also against PSG, like the way the own goals are really, really hurting them, aren't they? Like the mistakes. Yeah. Like I'm sorry, but Girona, I think this season, I think as a whole, it's just back down to earth for them.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I thought they played really well, man. I don't think like. The score is a bit misleading. Like, and
it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of crazy just how everything. But like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, and I think Pookie said it best: individual mistakes, and I think it's a high pressure. Them at the Champions
high pressure. They're not used to it, and I think their experience is showing. It showed against PSG, and it showed again today.
Yeah, so I just think it's very unfortunate. Herrera, Corregil, Van de Beek scored, and Miliski, and I mean it's just unfortunate, man. Because look at the stats, man. I know stats are not a good way to measure the game, but I really do feel stats is appropriate here.
I think Girona should have won this game.
Yeah, Girona should have won.
Ellie's strong, it's crazy.
Yeah, Feyenoord got those 2 goals, and I mean, I guess it's redemption for Feyenoord after what happened the first match against Leverkusen. It is redemption.
But I don't think they were convincing at all. I think it's more Girona just shooting themselves in the feet actually 2 times own goal like.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting. Both teams penalties got missed, which is actually very interesting.
That's actually really insane. Like, this game was I don't even know. It was chaotic as heck.
Yeah, because usually early kickoff games are boring. This was probably one of the rare exceptions where this game wasn't boring. I wish I watched this game. But I wasn't able to watch, unfortunately. Luis Enrique clearly doesn't know strong enough team without Colomani and says his starting shouldn't happen. And that's actually another good point, Steve Bano. PSG's attack is very underwhelming. Their attack is very underwhelming. Yeah. All right, let's move, man. Let's move. Shakhtar 0, Atalanta 3.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I'm Ukrainian, so I was actually watching this game a lot. I was actually watching because I wanted to see just how Shakhtar would do. Like, I'm sorry, they were absolutely garbage. They were so bad. It's insane. Just garbage, and Atalanta just took over. Like, here's the thing about Atalanta, right? The thing of Atalanta, I feel like, is they are. If you look at Atalanta's team, right, it looks a bit, I just think overall, look, it looks fine, but like I just think that they got a bit like if they beat Arsenal in that first game, they would have been in such a good spot right now. So that's going to be a missed opportunity for them.
Yeah, and Shakhtar, oh my jeez. Not a single shot on target.
Yeah, awful. Shakhtar were awful in this game. Like, awful.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Shakhtar. Like, they used to be such a good team in the Champions League.
Yeah.
What happened?
But ever since, the thing is, ever since the war and how no Ukrainian team is, able to play at home, that affected everyone. They're just... Yeah,
and shouts out to Atalanta, man. It was probably conflicting for you in some ways because obviously, Italian team playing Ukrainian team because, you kind of...
Yeah, honestly. But I feel like the thing is, honestly, look, I just think Atalanta will regret not beating Arsenal on that because they would have been such a good spot. But, hey, I mean, they still haven't conceded a goal yet. So, but yeah, I mean, Shakhtar were just awful this game. Like, they're one of the worst performing teams this week. easily.
Yeah. We'll save the bar. We'll save the two. We'll save the heavy. We'll save the
Oh
tournament.
my god!
Wow.
Oh, I did not see this coming.
Now, see, the thing is, I'm a little surprised, but I'm not. It's weird because Atletico Madrid is a weird team. They're a type of team, and maybe
I'll say
it's just like,
though, Atletico Madrid away from home are awful.
oh yeah,
Horrible.
garbage.
But even
was
then,
also
like
good.
4-0. No, look at the
Yeah, I was.
odds to win. Like it says 19% Benfica, 60% draw, 65% Atletico Madrid. Well, that's stupid. Well, that looks stupid now because this is I don't even know what happened. Like, yikes.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I understand, like, because it's this might seem weird to say, Doodle, but I'm not that surprised. I'm surprised, but I'm not that surprised. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because Atletico Madrid, we all know on the road they're really bad. They're really really bad.
But at the same time, though, we all know Benfica. Like Benfica, this
they haven't been the same since. But I think what I think Bruno Large coming in has been a game changer. I think if they had, I don't think they would have done this under Roger Schmidt. They wouldn't have.
Yeah, no, they don't. Like, I think they needed some kind of fresh. I think Benfica. But the thing is, people forget like Benfica away has always been like a really difficult place to go to in Europe. Like they're a very, very good team in Europe, but it's still 4-0. Like Atletico Madrid. It's like thing is people forget like it's 4-0, but like it's Atletico Madrid. It's Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. What are they known for? Defense. What are they known for? Like grittiness. They're known for like shutting teams down. This is not one of them. This is I don't even know what happened here. But
they're not as defensive as they were in the past. They're not as defensive as before.
Yeah, they're not. They're that, but like still like insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, like they're still defensive, but they're not like super defensive like yours.
Yeah, but 4-0 is just
Oh yeah, 4-0 is still disgraceful. And for a Benfica, man, do we owe an apology to them, or do you still think that we're being a bit reactionary?
Maybe we're still being a reaction, but this is a statement. Though. This I think this kind of result, this can like action out like start off their season. Like I think this kind of result will probably like give them more motivation because sorry, but Atletico Madrid in this game were just awful. And yeah,
it's shambolic. And now actually I don't feel that bad because I actually called Benfica to win the league, and now because I was regretting at the time, but now maybe I don't regret as much.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think Benfica like this game. I mean,
Yeah, amazing, man. Di Maria, Argentoglu has been a great signing from Galatasaray. Coach Shoes been good. Ba as well, and Atletico Madrid. Land. I just want to show you the stats here, man.
4 shots, like complete, like 4. Like look at the XG also. I get the penalty probably boosted up. Like oh my god, like, is this one of the worst? I would say this might be one of the worst like Atletico Madrid plays under Simeone like ever. Generally, might be one of the worst ever. Like,
oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And for Atletico Madrid, I mean, do you think Derby taxes into consideration? Like they were so fatigued after the Derby, or do you think that's no excuse?
No, I think there's no excuse. I think I just think that this way it's poor. You can't do that. Like,
yeah. Next up, it is Dinamo Zagreb 2, Monaco 2, man. I was thinking to myself, no, Dinamo Zagreb, are they really going to pull this off? And then Monaco, man, hold my beer. They did a crazy comeback. The substitutions.
Insane. And a penalty later on, and yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't substitutions, but they made a comeback. And for Dinamo Zagreb, man, this is such a missed opportunity, bro. Such a missed opportunity. And I'm sorry, one of those goals, I forgot which goal it was. I think it was the first goal. I made a stupid mistake there. Really bad mistake. And I think from that point on, momentum was with Monaco. And I think
Monaco, like, maybe I think Dinamo Zagreb will be disappointed they didn't win this game. They'll be very, very disappointed.
I think if that error didn't occur, I think Monaco probably lose this game. I just think momentum shifted so much that they just couldn't mentally recover.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, Croatia is a tough place to visit. It's not an easy place.
Yeah.
So
these are kind of the games these kind of teams have to win. Like at home against these kind of teams, you gotta do something. And this is a missed opportunity, especially at 2-0. You gotta see it through. I think you gotta see that game.
Yeah. And for Dinamo Zagreb, man, it's actually crazy because this was the same team that got smashed 9-2 a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
They got a new manager. In fact, they sacked their manager because of the 9-2 defeat. It didn't matter what happened in the league. They were like first in the league, I believe, and everything like that.
9-2 was like, oh hell, like oh nah.
Yeah, and they sacked their coach. They brought in a new coach, and I mean, look what they did here. So Yeah, for Monaco, man, good fight back for them, good resilience. Yeah, man, Monaco, man, I think they could be a sleeper team in the Champions League.
Maybe because I mean we gotta see just how they are though. But yeah,
Yeah, so nice header there. Liverpool 2, Bologna 0. I mean,
honestly, I'll say this right. Bologna actually had some good chances this game. I'll say it right now.
yeah,
Bologna actually like had some decent chances. They actually had more shots overall, but like Liverpool obviously deserved to win. But like honestly, I feel like Bologna weren't like too bad this game. Like I don't think they were like terrible, but they just ultimately just got outclassed. But I think a lot of people expected it, right? I feel like it was pretty much expected how this game would go, and yeah,
yeah. So Liverpool, man, it was routine for them. I'm a little disappointed with Liverpool because I feel like they kind of went. I don't know if you agree with me on this. They kind of went a little defensive after they took the lead, and Bologna kind of grew into the game. I don't know if you agree.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Bologna weren't like complete garbage, but like they were just look
They
at
just didn't have the
Anfield. It was
quality.
always going to be hard for them. It was always going to be hard for them.
Yeah, and I just think Liverpool for me is just the more clinical of the two teams. That was the
Yeah.
difference. Yeah. All right. Storm Graz 0. Club Brugge 1. Club Brugge. Good win for Club Brugge on the road. And for Storm Graz, as I said, man.
Yikes, that's bad. Oh
Boy.
I mean, honestly, this feels like it was a boring game. It feels like that kind of game. Like, not much to really.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much to say there, man. It's sad to see. And Tozolo, man, what a wonderful goal that was. The 23rd minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll save the 3 games for last. The best 3 games.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Let's save this one. Let's do this one. Leipzig 2,
Ooh.
Juventus 3.
Oh God, what a game! Wow.
Leipzig, man. Do we have to?
Choked it hard. They choked it so hard. Dear God, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Juventus. Vlahovic has been under a lot of criticism, rightfully so. He has been a very inconsistent, but this game he showed up. He turned up this game.
Yeah. And for Leipzig, man, I mean, what a game this was. What a game this was. Like, it was such a weird game. So Sesko took that first goal. And let me show you guys the stats for the first half, right? Look at this, man. Sesko, man. Great fast break goal there.
Sesko, man, yeah.
So, yeah, then the second half, man, that's where everything came crazy. Explain to me, actually, how was this game from start to finish? You watched the whole game, right?
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
Okay. So tell me your thoughts on the entire game. Then I'll go.
It was just like end to end, chaotic, nothing. Like it just felt like everything just insane. I just feel like Leipzig in the end, like Juventus kind of got away with it, but at the same time, Juventus like they were so up against it because Leipzig got the penalty. The red card I think was a bit harsh, honestly, on Di Gregorio. I think the red card was a bit harsh. Overall, but Juventus actually found a way. The fact they found a way despite all that is actually insane. Like, yeah, Leipzig really, really choked it. I feel like this was a huge opportunity for them, and they didn't use it. I don't think they used it.
Yeah, and for Juventus, man, how does that feel as an Inter fan? Because I know as an Inter fan, you were probably kind of mad and frustrated.
I don't care really. In Europe, I don't really care too much. Like, I don't really care too much.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that just shows Juventus have character, and I think this is something that Motta has brought in. Because I feel like under Allegri, they would.
Under Allegri, this is what would happen, right? Under Allegri, at 1-1, they would have just went defensive and hoped for the best. This is what.
Yeah, they would have done that. And Juventus, man, they showed character. They pulled through. Vlahovic scored a brace. Conceição with the goal, and Conceição has been an amazing player, man. Juventus should buy him, honestly. Like
Conceição has added like one big thing to them, and it's the fact that he can dribble and take a minimum. That's what Juventus have lacked, that kind of a player in a long time, especially after Chiesa's injury. And obviously Chiesa's gone now, so yeah. Yeah,
so for Juventus, man, I mean, I think Juve could do something in the Champions League, guys. I think Juve could do very well do something.
Maybe.
And that's where Leipzig. I've said this before, guys. Leipzig defense is really, really suspect. Leipzig defensively aren't good whatsoever. They are not good whatsoever. So, and I'm sorry, Leipzig, you cannot be losing this game, especially with a man advantage. It just
Leipzig. It's just at home as well, like.
Yeah, no excuses. And for Juventus, man, this team could do something in the Champions League. I still feel like there's a lot of question marks over Juve, especially their attack, because I still don't think Vlahovic is consistent enough. But their midfield is good. I think the defense is generally good. And to be fair, those Sesko goals, I mean, those were like really good goals. And remember, I think this is the first time Juventus actually conceded goals. No, actually, to be fair, they conceded.
No, they conceded against PSV. They haven't conceded yet in Serie A. I do think that's going to happen,
Yeah,
though. I do think that's obviously going to happen, but,
but but what I'm trying to say is that they haven't conceded that many goals this season, right? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So at Juve, man, they showed character, they showed clinical edge. This is something we haven't seen from Juve in so long.
Yeah, I haven't seen it so long, like, at all. Like,
yeah. So, Conceição, man, interesting. And
but this game reminds me a lot of, I don't know if you remember, like Roma 3-4 Juventus. It was actually an Allegri. This game reminds me a lot of that.
Wow.
Like the same vibe.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that though. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, let's read some of you guys' comments, then we're gonna go ahead and move to the big two games. Actually, to be fair, this was also a big game, but we'll get to the juggernauts that lost. Let's read your guys' comments. Okay. 2-1 goals to run it let down, big bro. Gabriel showed weakness against Bayern Munich. He could be replaced or bench. Need a better sign. Gaspar great in Europe. Wow, that's why I want Ederson and Lukman at LFC. Yeah, Ederson would be good. Ederson and Lukman's good. Benfica, I love you guys. Lol. Fuki says, too bad I can't come on for the LFC game thoughts. Di Maria knows Atletico well, but only scored a pen. Architecturally scored versus United last season too. That's true. Benfica top of group, PSG and pass to remember that. I'm not surprised as I thought. No, but Steve. I understand what you're saying, but that Benfica team, this Benfica team aren't the same. A lot of those players are gone.
Yeah.
Most players. So that's not the same team. So no excuse. But I think both Madrid teams show fatigue from the derby. That's probably true. So was history. I can't forget that. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just saying that I don't think that's really the best way to. I don't think it's really that. Okay, let's just move. I don't know. Anyways, Monaco goal duration with away goals versus City back in the day to Mbappe, Lamar, Falcao, Fabinho, Bernal Silva, Sidibe, Subasic, and Co. I mean, that was a pass. Best dance, a chance was no day across the bar. Okay, somebody pointed out this week. Porto Man United is the Europa League game. Yes, Salzburg versus Stade Brest, Stuttgart versus Sparta Prague, Shakhtar versus Atalanta, Dinamo Zagreb versus Monaco. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess what Matt's is trying to say that this should be a Champions League match, Porto versus Man United. But I'm sorry, Man United don't deserve to be in the Champions League.
Yeah, but at the same thing, Man United are playing so bad though. They're even in Champions League level right now. So
no, Matt's. Nah, I'm sorry, man. Man United would be. It's probably better they're not in this competition.
Yeah, it's probably better they're not.
Yeah. So yeah. Strong Grass is Europa League or Conference League team, not suitable for UCL. Well, guys, they won the league. They won the Austrian league, so therefore they're in the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing we can be about Celtic though, but it's at the same time, it's just how it is, it's just how it works. So can't really do much about it.
And Sturm Graz versus Club Brugge are all Champions League games. Dusan Vlahovic, Olmo carried Leipzig. No, I don't think. I think Leipzig. I think it's Sesko, man. I think he's the best player.
Yeah,
he's really good. He's really talented. Wants to step back-to-back lead goals. Wow, he's not predicted Leipzig. Excuse me. 2-3 events. I haven't watched that video, but I'm going to watch it. Yeah. These guys were losing 50-50. No reaction. Obviously turns into dummies misplacing pass by 3 to 5 meters. Again, no excuse low, but those were signs of fatigue, man.
Yeah, we're going to get into the Real Madrid game soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Referee was very bad on this one.
Yeah, not a great referee for this one, as I said.
Yeah. That's good. Elmont Hospital FC. Cook Juve, they cooked. Happy for him. Stuttgart, Chogi versus Spar. Conceição PA's replacement, Senate Weah. Simon big. You know what's crazy? I was just looking at this a few days ago. Simon actually went to Saudi at 24 years old. I didn't actually know about this until a few days ago.
That's crazy. Yeah, insane.
Yeah, big on Mats. We miss Dildar, Juventus fan. Cheers at Steve. LFC, this is Anfield. All right, let's make the start comments. All right. Oh, it actually is relevant to these two. Okay, so which one do we start first? Bayern or Real? This is tough.
You know what? Let's go with Bayern. All right.
Yeah. Let's save the holders for last. I guess that makes sense.
Have we done all the rest ones? Yeah, we're done. All right.
I believe we have. Okay.
You know what? Here's a fun fact. This actually was the exact scoreline last time these two met in Champions League, but that was like when Aston Villa actually beat Bayern Munich in the final of the European Cup. Kind of crazy. I'll say though. I mean,
Bayern, man.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, what a result for Aston Villa, right? I mean, that's kind of wow. Do you think Aston Villa can do something in the Champions League? Maybe they can. I mean, maybe they can.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like Villa Park.
Yeah.
Villa Park is insane. Like it might be a okay. This might seem crazy to say. You guys might be surprised I'm saying this, but it might be a fortress.
It might, especially for this European night. If I watched this game as well, it felt like every time Villa had the ball, it felt like the fans were just all like, "This is insane." Like Villa Park was, this is crazy.
And I know some people are gonna try to dismiss Villa's win. It's like, look how bad they were. They only had 5 shots, 2 hours, or 30%.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm sorry, like this is stupidity at the best. I mean, come on, this is Villa, guys. This is Villa's first time in the Champions League since 40 years ago, I believe. This is insane. So
the fact that they won is crazy. Like
I'm sorry. So
and they defended very, very well. They defended extremely well. They were.
And because obviously the headlines will be on Duran, rightfully so. But we gotta talk about a certain Argentina keeper. We gotta talk about that keeper. We'll talk about him in a bit. But Duran, man, fantastic goal for them. And I even said in my YouTube short, I made a YouTube short before the stream, that because I do a quick reaction for people that can't see the streams, right? Duran might be the best super sub in the world right now. In the world of football.
Bro, Duran is so good. Like genuinely, like the reason is, remember, this guy actually, Villa fans actually like kind of hated him on it because he was kind of like twerking for West Ham. I remember he actually scored against them, ironically. But like ever since, like he feels like he's just locked in and just ever since it just feel like Duran has just been playing so well for them. It's been like wow.
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy? He came from the MLS. This is a league that many people like to crap on.
Yeah, that's so fun. The fact him on the MLS, but he's cooking the Premier League, and now he scored against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Wow. I don't think he's better than Oli Watkins, but he's a very, very reliable, backup striker.
He's a good backup striker. And for Bayern Munich, as I said, man, for company, man. This was Bayern.
I'll say this, right? I don't think Gnabry and Coman are good enough anymore. I don't think they're cut out anymore. In my opinion, I think Olise has just been like Olise wasn't great this game, but I feel like they're just kind of being depending on him. Look, I think for Bayern Munich, I don't know. I feel like, and the thing is, like they were just they were pretty wasteful today, and like they just couldn't really break through. I feel like Jamal Musiala should have started. I don't know why he didn't.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I was surprised to see why is Musiala not starting?
But yeah, I mean, I guess this is one of those games where they're just kind of like, maybe got shocked a bit. Like they probably didn't expect this, but like, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like I have to say, man, and for company, man, why are you taking off Olise at 66th minute when he's one of your best players?
Yeah,
I'm bringing on Goretzka.
But I'm sorry, but like. There's too much. I feel like there's and here's the thing about Bayern Munich, right? I feel like they rely way too much on Harry Kane and Olise and Musiala for offense. I feel like others are not stepping up.
Yeah, and for Emi Martinez, man, let's talk about Emi Martinez, man. He is one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now. He is one of the best.
What a keeper!
He is. Dude, like anyone that tries to say he isn't, you're just stupid. You're just dumb. You're just dumb. This is the keeper I wish Barca got. I really would love him at Barca. I would love to take him.
He's 32, but he's playing so well. Like
the guy's 32. That's insane. 32 years old, and it's weird because one keeper was amazing today, and another certain keeper.
And by the way, this certain keeper is arguably the greatest keeper of all time. Arguably, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like at this point, I feel like Manuel Neuer. I think he could have done better on the Duran goal. I really do. I think he could have done better.
Yeah.
I think peak Neuer may have saved it. Like prime Neuer may have saved it.
But yeah, I mean, it's just.
I feel like Bayern Munich now need to begin looking at potential success for Neuer. Like I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that guy anymore. Like he's obviously one of the greatest, if not the greatest, goalkeepers of all time. But he's 38 now. Like I think they need to begin looking for. Also, I think they need to begin looking for the future soon. Like I don't think Manuel Neuer will stay. I get the I don't think he's gonna I don't think I get the longevity is really good for him. I get that, but I think they might need to begin looking for a new keeper. I think for the future, I think they need a Neuer successor, and that's gonna be really difficult because Manuel Neuer is such a great keeper. He has done so much. He's changed the game so much. But
I'm sorry, this keeper can't be it. Aura cannot be it.
No,
Aura cannot be your answer.
They need someone else.
Yeah. So for Bayern, as I said, man, it's just very disappointing for them, and for company, as I said, man. And let's see how Bayern reacts because this is actually a very interesting stat. Steve actually brought up. Unai Emery again for the third time winner versus Bayern. Last time was Villarreal. Another team with Villa, and the name of good evening indeed. Good evening, Emery. And remember, Unai Emery also did with PSG as well.
Yep.
So PSG, Villarreal, and
So he knows how to beat Bayern Munich.
Aston Villa.
He knows how to
Like,
beat.
is he Bayern's kryptonite?
Maybe.
And you know it's insane because Bayern had this like insane streak in the Champions League of not losing a group stage match. Well, I guess this isn't a group stage, but I guess you could kind of say it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's kind of over. Well,
Yeah.
not
No,
a
the group
good stage, but
And you know what the interesting thing is? The last team to beat Bayern in the Champions League group stage was Unai Emery with PSG.
Well, there you go. I think it had to be him. Then it had to be him.
It had to be him, of course. It had to be him, of course. So.
And you know what? There was another streak that that 2017 against PSG. That was the last time Bayern lost an away match in Champions League for many years until 2022 when they lost to Villarreal. Who managed Villarreal?
Unai Emery, man.
Oh man, this guy's just.
Look, at least Bayern don't have to play them 2 times with this new format, so at least Bayern it's just only 1 time.
Yeah, but damn,
they're probably relieved. They're probably relieved. Like it's only once we're playing these guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but the point I'm trying to make here is that for Aston Villa, man, they're a good team. And you know what's really impressed me a lot? It wasn't the fact that he won this. Obviously, won this game was huge. Defensively, they were amazing. Because I've seen
they kept Bayern out. They made so many tackles. It wasn't just Emi Martinez making those saves. Like they made so many tackles. They shut Bayern down. They were focused whole game, and then they got that chance, and they took their chance. And yeah, I mean, they all did their part. And I think that in the end, really, Bayern Munich just could not really. I think they got shocked. I think this is a big upset, huge upset.
Yeah. And yesterday we were talking about there was barely any upsets. Today it said hold my beer.
Yeah.
And maybe this new format isn't as.
We were going to talk about the second one soon, but
maybe this new format isn't as bad as we made it out.
I still don't know. I still feel this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, and then one last thing I want to say for Villa, as I said, because I remember last season they were awful defensively, especially the second half of the season against Olympiacos in particular. I mean, they lost 6-2 to Olympiacos over 2 legs.
But this season, I feel like defensively they're doing a bit better.
Yeah, that's really commendable from Unai Emery because I knew Villa would always be a tough team at home because I actually predicted a draw for this game. I said I think a 1-1 draw was my prediction. But
yeah, they won one. People might say they don't deserve it. I don't it doesn't matter at the end.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's about getting the job done.
And I feel like this now could actually this is a win that this is going to give them more belief. I think that they can probably do something. Who knows? I said I actually think Villa might be one of the dark horses of this whole tournament. Especially because Unai Emery, in European competitions, we know how that he has pedigree. So it's obviously the early days, but this is a big win for them. This is huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It's fantastic, man. It's amazing. And so I just feel like for Bayern Munich, as I said, man, is this things to come, or this is just one game we're being reaction?
I still there are. I mean, I feel like after every loss, you always look at it and you're like, okay, what did we do wrong? Because if you lose the game, you clearly something wrong happened. And I think this game, it's I think they're gonna bounce back probably against Bayern Munich. I think they're probably gonna bounce back. I feel like this game kind of opened okay, you know what? Maybe they're not because they were on crazy form, right? Coming into this game, they were firing. They beat Dinamo Zagreb 9-2 but I feel like this game was okay. I feel like this game they lacked the cutting edge. I feel like because a good defensive team, especially this away ground, such a loud, great team. And the thing is, I also feel like Aston Villa, they felt you know what, they have nothing to lose, so they just went out and did their best and they got the win. Bayern Munich, I think they just I don't know, it was just the way they just shut down everything. The Kane was non-existent in this game. Kane was non-existent. If your striker is non-existent in a game, then that speaks a lot of trouble. That's really bad.
Actually, dude, I think I agree with you. Bayern is really reliant on Kane, Olise, and Musiala because I'm sorry, Gnabry.
Yeah, I don't know why Musiala didn't start. Was he injured or something?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's probably rotation, but I'm sorry. Then that means company underestimated Villa.
I don't think you should have rotated Aston Villa away. That's
this is not the game to rotate. This is not the game to rotate. And I'm sorry, Gnabry is mid. I'm sorry, Gnabry is not the same.
Coman and Gnabry are mid. I think they're just not great.
Yeah.
Again, this is
I
my
don't
word.
think Coman
He
is
gets
that
the
bad.
goals Lisa and Musiala create, but like,
Yeah, I feel like Coman's
he's-
better off the bench. I think he's better as like a super sub player. That's why I feel like.
yeah, I don't think he's
But
super great. Like, and like, you know,
and
like,
and
I don't think, and I'm sorry, but Limer as like a right back, I just saw there. Limer as a right back. I'm sorry.
yeah. And Sane is also meant to. So
Yeah,
like
again,
really,
like,
Bayern really need.
yeah, again, like I feel like they're just a bit too reliant on Kane for scoring goals and Elisa and Musiala being like the creative sparks. Like I feel like, but if that does not work, then you need some kind of options like off the bench. You know, like, and the thing is, yeah, people will say they scored 9 in one game. Okay, but let's absolutely be honest here, right? That's Dinamo Zagreb. They're not going to face Dinamo Zagreb every single week, and this is an eye opener. They got shut out. And even against Leverkusen, also like Leverkusen shut them out. Like obviously they scored still, but like
Yeah.
that's something too interesting to think about.
Yeah. And and remember, guys, Bayern needs to make the Champions League final this season. And you know why? Why am I saying particular this season? Because the final is at the Allianz Arena.
Yeah. So there is more pressure on them. I think there is more pressure on them.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, if Bayern don't make the final this year, it would be just this season. It would be a huge missed opportunity.
Someone just asked if this is Bayern's first real test. I don't know if it's the. I felt like Leverkusen was a test. Right?
Yeah. Well, let's say this was the first test in the Champions League. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I don't think this is like a giant test. I still don't think like Aston Villa are not that, but like I think they underestimated Villa. I think they kind of underestimated.
Yeah. So shout out to Aston Villa, man. Emi Martinez, man. Is he the best goalkeeper in the world?
Best,
Make an argument.
One of the best.
Well, he's definitely the top 3. Like,
yeah,
that's not
even on form. Yeah.
I think Courtois is still the best to me. But he's definitely second. I'll say he'll probably be second.
Yeah.
Or second or third. So.
Definitely.
All right, now let's talk about the holders, man. Real Madrid.
Ooh.
Now, as a Barcelona fan, I know I could be laughful here and like jump up to joy and everything like that. I'm not going to celebrate like this because Real Madrid could still go on to win the Champions League.
They're still gonna we all know that. Like, here's the thing I'm going to say, right? People are going to say, are they not going to make it? Or I think no. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're going to make it top 8. They might even finish first. So, like, it's going to happen. Like, come on. Like, I'll say though. Yeah. I will say though. I think this result was coming. I do think this result was coming though, because like, look, I just want to say, forget about Real Madrid. Like, I want to say, like, I think Lille looked good this game. I think they were solid defensive. They stayed focused, and I think, look, obviously their goal's a penalty, but it's still a goal. Like, they created some decent chance, not the best. Like, they held Real Madrid. Like, it was a professional performance. Let's just say, I think they did their thing, and like they dug in, and like they held Real Madrid at bay. I will say though, I think the first half Real Madrid were extremely poor. I think that later on I do think Real Madrid could have got a draw in this game. I do think they could have got a draw in this game. At least later on, they had many chances. But at the same time, but again, like, it was not a good performance. It was a poor performance, I think. Like, I mean, I just think, like, Endrick, I want to say something about Endrick, right? I think Endrick, I feel like scoring that goal against Stuttgart, I feel like that may have, I don't know, but I feel like I think he tried the same thing against Atletico, right? Trying to score from that range. Like, come on, like, I don't think Endrick is ready to start for Real Madrid. I feel like Real Madrid rotated this game a bit. Like, if you check their lineup, I feel like they kind of took Lille way too lightly. I think they may have taken Lille way too lightly.
Yeah, I would agree as well. And I just think for Real Madrid, do you think they underestimated Lille on the day?
I do, Lille. Yeah, I do think, because look at the lineup. Like, I think Goulet should have started. I think Goulet was actually like good when he came on. Like, I think Goulet actually brought a lot to him.
Yeah. So
Jude Bellingham still waiting for his first goal. I don't think he was the worst player to get. Camavinga, I think. Mbappe, I think, was a bit injured. I don't think Mbappe should have played this game. Like, I think he clearly seemed a bit injured because of his thigh injury. Like, I feel like he shouldn't. Like, I feel like they just could not break. Like, I feel like Real Madrid just couldn't break down Lille. Like, I think Lille were just so resolute defensively. They just could not break them down at all. And the keeper did his thing. Like, keeper played well as well. Like, yeah, I mean, that's how it was.
Yeah. It's insanity, man. Insanity. And I think for Lille, as I said, man, you have to give credit to them. They defended for their lives, especially in the second half. Jonathan Davis scoring that goal. And I do agree with you. Real Madrid did improve the game in the second half. But the first half, man, Real Madrid were not good. The second half, man, Real Madrid gave everything.
But this is the thing with Real Madrid. They're not going to play well for the first half. They're going to turn up in the second half. But how sustainable is that? Clearly not that sustainable because they lost today. They couldn't find that winner or an equalizer.
Yeah. So I just think it's worrying. And the thing with Real Madrid guys, they usually have these kind of losses every now and then. The Champions, they usually have.
Well, the thing is, they didn't lose a single game last season. So
yeah, I think last season was an exception because normally Real Madrid lose a game. Like I remember a few years ago, we were all clowning on them, laughing
Sheriff,
at them.
yeah.
Sheriff.
They didn't lose against Leipzig. I remember like 3-2, but Leipzig, it's a bit more
Yeah, then I think
but they always have these kind of losses. They used to look against Shakhtar. They lost against Sheriff, CSK Moscow before. Like, hey, these kind of teams.
But
Lille is probably not as bad as those. Lille is definitely not as bad as those. But at the same time, I still think this is like it's a Lille. No disrespect, but it's not Monaco. It's not Marseille. It's not PSG. Like it's a Lille.
But here's the thing, guys. Real Madrid are known for doing this. But at the end of the day, remember when they lost to Sheriff? They still won the Champions League.
They still won Champions League. Yeah, that's the thing.
So
I still think they're not like. And the thing is, Real Madrid, like, underestimating Real Madrid in the Champions League is just, come on. Like, don't do that. Like, I'll never do that. But at the same time, this definitely was a warning. Like, I think there should be some criticism level because I think they should be playing. I think this whole season, they haven't played as well as they probably should be. The talent that they have. Like.
Yeah.
And I think this game they may have underestimated Lille because Lille but Lille also, like, heroic performance from Lille. And I think that. And a home crowd, it seems like they really lifted them. And yeah, I mean, this is a big win for Lille. This is a big win.
And Real Madrid, and what does it call it? Do you think Real Madrid are struggling to break down low block teams? Because I feel like Leo kind of played like Las Palmas or Mallorca to some extent in La Liga.
Yeah, but I feel like that should not be a problem for Real Madrid anymore. If they're attacking talent, I don't think that should be a problem anymore. So I'm unsure why.
Yeah, and maybe the thing is, like, do you think them benching Mbappe was the right thing? Because he did come.
He wasn't really fit though, was he? He wasn't.
Yeah,
fit.
So
I think Arda Güler should have started.
Yeah, Arda Güler. So, and I think it's the problem is that Real Madrid really do need that striker. That striker presence. I think it's really hurting them. Because I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think, look, people are clowning on Mbappe. I think Mbappe's actually not been that bad. Like I feel like they're like.
But I think the thing is like there's so high expectations for Mbappe that they expect better.
Yeah. At the same time, it's kind of like I feel like I still think he's gonna score a lot of goals for them. I think it's gonna happen still. Like,
yeah,
clearly, I think I'm not sure why Rodrigo didn't start. Maybe Rodrigo wasn't. I feel like, look, I just think that Endrick and Vinicius as a strike partnership, I don't think it worked today. Like, I don't think it worked at all.
Yes. So, who do you think is to blame for this Real Madrid thing, or do you think it's just a combination of everything? The manager, the players.
I think it's a combination of everything. I think it was underestimated. I think Ancelotti probably should have. Look, I don't know if Endrick should be starting in these kind of games, these kind of like Champions League matches. Like, unless you like get through like every single game, like already qualified, then maybe you can start him. But like this early on, I don't think you should be starting him this early on. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and look at you guys' comments, and then we're gonna actually let's look at the league table, shall we? And maybe we'll do a poll, guys. Let's do a poll. What would you guys say was the biggest shock of the week?
Oh yeah, we got to do like. Remember last week we did like. Last time we did like who are like the biggest winners, the biggest losers, like most disappointing in this one. I'll say the biggest disappointments. Atletico Madrid probably. Like Atletico.
Yeah, I would agree.
Look, obviously you can say Real Madrid or the thing is you can say them, but it was just 1-0 at some point. Like it's just 1-0, like 4-0 is it? I think Atletico Madrid probably were the biggest disappointments of this week. The biggest winners, I mean Benfica maybe. Benfica probably like. Although I feel like you could say Benfica, but I feel like Aston Villa and Lille probably have to be shouts as well.
Yeah, Aston Villa, Lille, man.
Or Juventus even probably. Maybe even Juventus for me.
Yeah, Juventus. Biggest upset for me, I think it's Real Madrid losing.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm not because to be fair, I'm not that surprised Bayern lost. Like Villa Park is still amazing atmosphere.
This one though, I had Real Madrid winning. I thought Real Madrid would win comfortably. Like that.
Yeah, and I know it's away in France and everything, and still, like this is Real Madrid.
It's not Villa Park, right? It's still not like Villa Park, and it's not Unai Emery. Like.
Yeah, so maybe we also have to take that consideration of home tax, but still, like I think it's the biggest upset of the week. I mean, let's actually do a poll, guys.
Now, I will say the most disappointing team was Atletico. I'll say that because 4-0
Yeah, I
is
agree.
insane. Although you can also say Celtic, but I feel like Atletico's like 4-0 against Benfica. I mean, yikes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do a poll, guys, and then we'll look at your guys' comments. And then we'll look at the table, and I guess we'll round off.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, this week was good, man. It was certainly better than last week.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
someone says Salzburg losing is so shock. Yeah, I guess I would probably. I think Brest also. Yeah, you could probably argue them also. I think. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I didn't realize
Someone says Celtic are the biggest losers. I get why people are saying Celtic. I personally just think Atletico Madrid losing 4-0 probably puts them over for me. But
yeah. All right. So it's actually interesting because Stade Brest was the only away team to win.
so yeah, maybe they're one of the biggest winners. There's many actually. Like last week, we kind of had like trouble seeing like deciding. I think this week we have many that could have like.
So looking at the top 8 right here, guys. Dortmund, Stade Brest, Benfica, Leverkusen, Liverpool,
Aston Villa.
Wow. Juventus, Man City, Knight, Inter, Sparta, Atalanta, Sporting, Arsenal, Monaco, Bayern, Barca, Real Madrid, Lille, PSG, Celtic, Club Brugge, Feyenoord.
And then is there who's last? Oh god. Okay. Oh wait. Wow. YB play. Internet.
Yeah. Wow. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. The table right there.
Obviously, still a long to go. Like people forget, there's still 6 match days to go. So
yeah. For me, it has to be Real Madrid losing. I think that's the biggest upset.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's go look at some comments, and then we'll stick around for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. And we'll round off. 80, please no. I can name. Okay, where am I?
No, you can. No, you cannot. 10 keepers better than Andy Martinez. Like nobody. Nah. That's just.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm from here. Upamecano's French, Aaron Long. Dyer should probably bench him. No, I think that's a bit disrespectful. I don't think Upamecano's that bad. No, he's not that bad. But the weird thing with Upamecano is like I feel like he's a very good center back, but he has a lot of brick moments as well.
I feel like he's poor man's Gabriel. Like I feel like he's just the worst version of Gabriel.
But dude, because the guy he was really good at the Euros. He was really good at the Euros for France.
Look, he's a very like physical defender. He's good in the air. Like I don't think he's a bum. Like I just think he just has way too many errors in him.
Yeah. Lille deserved the win. They defended solidly from front to back. They were organized and deadly on counters. Got to give him credit. Hopefully, this is a wake up call for the guys, though. Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think Puka makes a good point. If you're Real Madrid, obviously you don't want to lose. But if you have to take a loss, you're more than willing to take at the beginning of the season. Than later on.
Yeah. It's better than taking at the end of the season, right? I feel like they need it. Like I feel like this is probably going to be like, okay, it's time to get serious now. That's probably how it's going to be.
Yeah, and I think this is because the thing is, it's about how Real respond after this. That's the key thing. Because this one loss, I mean, every team, it's really hard to go unbeaten throughout the course of the season. It's really difficult. Very difficult. Not even Leverkusen did that last season. They still lost the Europa League final. So it is very difficult. So yeah, Pookie is right in the sense. I'm just leaving my comment out low. My comment was about for the Bayern, Emery beat them with Villa. Yeah, I think we should beat them. Good.
Yeah, again, I think that one also like company. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know why Musiala didn't start the game. I don't know why that didn't happen.
Yeah. Company overthought the game by not starting Musiala. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he underestimated him.
Yeah.
John Duran, Columbia King for Villa supporters that is in my FPL. Aston Villa view from the stands channel will be buzzing and partying tonight. No, Sonny too, Matt. Sonny's mid. I don't think Sonny would have changed much. And
I don't rate Sonny. I'll be honest. I just don't rate him.
Yeah. Sonny's mid.
Paulinho maybe.
Potentially, but I still feel like Bayern. The biggest thing for Bayern was their attack. That was underwhelming. I don't think it was really the mid.
Yeah, I think Musiala should have started. Olise should have been on the wing. That's my opinion.
I
don't think Olise as a number 10 is as good as he is on the wing. Maybe someone.
He's better. I agree with you. I don't really comment that much about games, but we just lost Leo, so I know, right, Pookie? You have 3 teams and biggest. Okay, I don't want to raise some of that because that's not fair. Okay, extra points. Prime Nora wasn't going to say that. He was too far away from the goal.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's not Neuer anymore. Like it's not that. How about Arsenal? I mean, Arsenal. I guess technically they want. I guess they want.
No, I think he was talking about something. I don't think he was talking about the biggest winners. I think this is way back. I think this is about the Unai Emery with Arsenal. But I don't think Unai Emery.
I don't think he played Bayern with Arsenal in a competitive game. At least I don't think it never happened.
Yeah. He wasn't great at Arsenal, sadly, man. He was still crying low. Stuttgart should have won first half. It went for Courtois, so now he injured himself. Overrated. No, come on. Courtois is still good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about Ter Stegen?
Yeah.
Greatest judge. Oh, I think he must be talking about Ter Stegen. Stature.
Or stature is. Oh, Luna is an apprentice. Look, Luna is the Bayern side.
Yeah, Luna is good, man.
Was underwhelming that season. Significant drop.
Matt,
I agree. Probably.
But Matt, it doesn't excuse they lost to Villarreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't excuse that. I don't care how bad the Bayern Munich team is. You cannot tell me they should be Villarreal. You cannot tell me they should be.
Especially the second leg at home. Like, no.
Well, I'll tell you that was a draw, but I see what you mean.
Yeah.
As of course, because since we lost 2 finals, I'm okay. All right. Well, you guys beat us. You guys could beat us nasty with the way we're playing right now.
I feel like Liverpool is still to Madrid. I feel like it's just gonna happen. I feel like it's just
we'll see, man. Well, when is that Liverpool Real Madrid game?
I don't even know what that is. Like, honestly,
I don't think. Yeah, let me just double check. I actually want to check. I don't think it's the next match day.
No.
Oh, it's in January. It's in November. Oh.
I mean, it's at Anfield, but Real Madrid don't really have a problem going Anfield. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess Kane will be winning his trophy after all. I'm not looking forward to getting smashed by Real Madrid at Anfield, Pookie. You see, Will Albert. Is this Bayern's first real test? No, I think it's the second because of Leverkusen was up there. Or is it terrible versus Madrid, Pookie, if I speak? Only Chelsea City amongst England clubs to beat Madrid, if I recall correctly. All streaks must come to an end. Also, Pookie, Steve. Lol. Pookie predicted Madrid to lose to Liverpool? No, a draw.
Draw.
Draw is also possible, but like I said, it's so far away that it's really hard to predict.
Yeah, we gotta see. Yeah. The thing is, the Vinicius against Liverpool always turns up, so we gotta see.
Albert, I think you just don't like Argentina.
Yeah, I don't know how you can name 10. Like, who did you name? Let me see. In order, okay. He named them. Like, he actually named.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Let me just quickly scroll these. Courtois still the best goalkeeper in the world. I agree. Alisson over Emi Martinez. Yeah, Alisson's probably better, but Emi Martinez is still top 3.
Yeah.
I'll say Courtois, Alisson, and then Emi. I'll probably.
Yeah. I agree.
That's better too. Yes, man. It's a big win for Leo this match. Holding my Ver jersey, Fede Valverde jersey.
But we're not talking about penalties, though. We're talking about goalkeeping ability. We're not talking about penalties. Like,
I'm sorry, Matt. I still think Emi Martinez is better at penalties than Pickford.
Yeah, I also agree with that.
Yeah. So I'm just ready to start. No, he's not. Okay, I'm a tackle expert. He's a decision-making immature.
Yeah.
He's ready for a young low. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hendricks shouldn't start. I was winning at one point. There was a Vinny Hendricks at his age. Vinny was playing against his team, but Hendricks being heroic. No, I don't think Hendricks should start.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Vinny is just. Everyone is different. Like, I feel like Vinny right now, obviously, still got to start.
Yeah. Leo goalkeeper is the best goalkeeper. Was the best goalkeeper in the world, to be honest. I was just struggling versus 5 at the back. It needs to change. My best team in Europe. Come on. Albert. Romania broke Lunin. Real always have a surprise loss.
I don't think Lunin was at blame for the goal. Like, I'm Ukrainian, but like I don't think Lunin was at blame for this like Lille one. Like, it's a penalty. Like it's a penalty. Like,
yeah. No. I'm saying like I think Matt means like he's just I think that game has ruined him as mentioned.
Oh yeah. That game he was horrible. Oh my god. I was calling for him to be subbed. Like, he was awful.
Yeah. Man, Mbappe played wrong position for France. Madrid, Pookie, he's best at left winger. That is true. Why didn't Courtois start? He was injured. Mbappe can't be Benzema replacing Courtois is injured right now. That's true, Steve. Why am I always able to successfully play Mbappe down the middle in FIFA? Because he's he's versatile.
You can play Mbappe down the middle. I think Mbappe used to play right wing ones. Yeah, but that was so long ago.
That was at Monaco, man. The thing is, I don't think we have seen that version of Mbappe club level wise in a long time. Even at PSG,
but he was also I don't think so.
So, yeah. Villa shouldn't be playing up front. Vinny shouldn't be playing up front.
Yeah.
I think he should. Ukraine manager doesn't have a clue. I best love it. He needs to be sacked. Actually, as a Ukrainian man, what do you think? Actually,
I do think that he probably needs to go. I don't think Lunin not starting Lunin, I don't think is the reason. Like, Lunin is just, he was poor against Romania. Like, come on now. Like,
yeah, he still plays left times. Carlo can sus, to be honest. Yeah, Don Carlo, man. Leo, big win too. Big up my David, my Canadian. Yeah, I'm also Canadian as well, so I guess I should be happy with Jonathan David. So let's go, Jonathan David. I don't really consider myself. I mean, I guess I am, but I don't really consider myself fully. All right. That formation should be a narrow 4-1-2-1-2, so that Bob and Madrid can.
Okay, but we're not. This is not FIFA though, so I don't. It's not FIFA.
Yeah. I think Real Madrid. I think they need to do what they did last season.
Yeah,
I think that's what they're gonna
do. I agree.
Atletico Madrid biggest loser, Celtic. I know it's just after 2 games, but what's funny is the CL top 4 are not the big teams. That's true.
That's true.
Celtic losing is still shocking. Celtic the biggest loser, but Madrid is the biggest shocker. You can decide which one. So Dortmund are the biggest performers. What Brest are doing? What's Stade Brest are doing up there? I respect Stade Brest, man. So that's what I got like Atalanta, Leipzig, or Monaco. They keep selling their best players. If that's true. Now Nick, they got the job done against Porcel. They Leo the biggest.
Yeah, Leo the biggest. Yeah.
Brest winning shouldn't be considered a shock. My
4-0 away. I feel like it's a shock. 4-0 away. Like
yeah, I see. Like if they had like 1-0 or 2-1, not really. Now 4-0 is different. 4-0 is crazy.
Yeah, result means a lot.
Yeah, I give my vote to Leo. You could say that best underrated since debut UCLC. I want to hear Albert stop saying keepers same. I might end up agreeing. I will give you a list of 10 card keepers, but you say Cap. I doubt for me personally, Albert. I was still getting against RG Albert, so I'll agree. As they have a memory team, I'll spell with Villa. That is true. Oh, snap. Sevilla.
Oh, wow. Sevilla.
Oh my. Wait, so Bayern didn't beat. I thought Bayern beat PSG. Sorry, I thought PSG beat Bayern.
Yeah, no. What he's talking about is Emery coached teams with Villa in their names. Aston Villa, Villarreal, Sevilla.
Dang. Okay.
Is there another team like that? I don't even know. Like
any other teams Emery can manage?
All right, let's see. Claudio Bravo, Diogo Costa, Ederson, Sommer, Mignon, Neuer, Courtois, Ramsdale, Raiola. Okay, I'm
Ramsdale.
Okay, hold up. Claudio Bravo, we're not in 2015. Like we're not in 2015. Stop. Diogo Costa, good keeper. No.
Okay.
Ederson, no. I can hear a bit, but I don't know. Like
no.
Sommer, I love Sommer. I don't think he's better than any Martinez, but Sommer is very good though. Sommer is very good.
No, Magnon.
I don't think he's better than Martinez. Neuer, I don't think not now, like all time, yeah, but this is not all time. Neuer. Courtois, yeah, he's better. Courtois, I agree.
Ramsdale.
Oh,
what the heck?
Just delete, please. Just delete that right now. I'm gonna pretend it's in. Raya, good keeper. I don't think he's better. Oblak, again, good keeper. Oblak is a shot. Though. I kind of see it, but like no. Ramsdale, like, oh god.
I disagree with 2 or 3 or 4.
I disagree with many personally.
You lost me with Ramsdale. Pookie, have my back on this.
Nah, Ramsdale, you gotta get like.
I'm sorry.
Was great in penalties in the World Cup final. I'm sorry, like no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Until Pickford does that, then we can have a combo. Until then,
yeah. Until then, and no, I know people are gonna say Euros. I'm sorry, Euros and World Cup. There's a big difference. There's a huge difference.
Yeah. Take out Bravo first. Albert lost me on Ramsey and Ederson. I'll switch for Allison. Fine, I'll switch to Ederson. Oh my god.
Yes. Oh my
god. He's not even the best USA keeper.
Oh god. Look, Ederson better than Emmy, maybe, but I don't know.
Emmy over Jordan. Oh man.
No, the Ramsdale ones, I don't even know. Like,
I'm happy with Costa, Ederson, Sommer, Magnon, Neuer, Courtois, Oblak, and maybe David Raya.
I don't know.
No cap. No, he's not. Nice, Matt. That's true, PK. He did mention once. Magnon ain't better than me. Sorry, Lowell. There's also Arsenal Villa. I said Ramsdale took me out.
Ramsdale. When I saw Ramsdale, I was like, what?
Okay, Matt. I'll tell you this, Matt. Pickford's the second best penalty shot stopper when it comes to penalty shootouts. There,
yeah,
actually, what about Donnarumma?
Maybe, but Donnarumma, it's been a bum for like how many years now? So you know.
Yeah. Oh my jeez. No, don't bring calendar. I'm sorry. No. And that's actually a good segue because I actually want to watch. Let's see if Inter Miami can win the what's the thing called like a Super Shield tonight. They're playing Columbus Crew. I don't think they will. I think Columbus Crew will probably beat them. They're the best MLS team right now, in my opinion. Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe we could do a watch along for that in the Discord or something. But anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. We went over 2 hours discussing about the Champions League. reaction. And let me end the poll, guys. Let me end the poll. So Lille winning was the biggest surprise. 57% said, 29% said Benfica winning. Nobody voted for Villa winning. Wow.
That's kind of crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty interesting, I got to say. And so looking at match day 3, man. Looking at match day 3. So let me just check. When is match day 3? It's gonna be. Let me just check real quick. When match 3 is going to take place. Yeah, it's going to take place. And let me just double check. I just want to check real quickly. It's going to take place in 20 days from now, after the international break. So we'll be back here again in like 3 weeks' time, I suppose. So let's see how many likes are on today's stream, and then we're going to round up today's stream.
Right.
We're currently on 13 likes. Can we get up to 15 likes before round up? We have 9 people watching, so if we could get I'll stick around for a few minutes, just get the 2-hour mark, and hope we can get some more likes on the way out. So remember, guys, tomorrow we have the Europa League at Conference League. Hopefully, Matt's will be able to join us. Hopefully, Matt's my Porto fan. We'll discuss about that. Then, obviously, Sunday we'll have the European recap. Then, obviously, next week we're going to discuss about what is it called? We're going to have an international break, of course. And also, by the way, guys, one last thing I want to say. I'm going to do a shameless plug here. I want you guys to comment in the community tab post because I'm going to do a questionnaire. We're going to basically do a questionnaire thing in video form instead of a live stream, essentially. So where I used to do the questions, monthly Q&As, guys, we're going to do it in video form. So, yeah, go ahead and comment on there your question, guys, your interesting question. And I'm going to record in a week time. So that way you guys have enough time to get your questions in. And ideally, I want to try to get at least 20 questions. So anything for you, Doodle, before round off?
No, nothing really.
All right, so let's go look at some of the last comments, and then we're going to head out. Donnarumma's a fluke. He got lucky in the Euros. No, he didn't. Everyone knows Chiellini, Chespic, and Immobile carried Italy. No, Immobile didn't carry. Proof for second best behind Ethan Horvath. Chiesa always did below would win, though. That's why I wasn't shocked. Yeah, sure, man. Sure, Albert. 40 likes on my side. If they win against United, I will not be shocked. We're at 2. 15 likes. Stab breastbone, baby Salzburg to sleep. Oh, I see what Pookie did there. I see what Pookie did.
Yeah.
You're clever, Pookie. You're clever. You're clever, Pookie. Yeah, me too. United's awful. Pookie low at home.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, nothing else, but yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to round off here, man. So thank you for joining, Doodle.
Yeah.
Nice having you on. And yeah, I think we're going to round off here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. Please remember to like and subscribe on your way out. Check out the videos, guys. We did a Champions League predictions, the 2 limited doors videos, Sudamericana. And yeah, we're going to round off here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Peace out.